chiropractic pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. And Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Week number 2 on a beautiful North Dakota fall night brings us to the Magic City of Minot, North Dakota for North Dakota high school football, where a pair of teams with 0-1 records on the year collide in an East vs. West showdown. Tonight, the Davies Eagles are in town to take on the Magi from Minot High. Good Friday evening and welcome into our Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location. School parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. Planet Pizza can be reached tonight at 701-852-1700. We are live from Dwayne Carlson Stadium, a beautiful facility for high school football in North Dakota. I'm Nick Holberg alongside of one of the former greats for the Minot High Magicians. It's Phil Shurik, the former Gatorade Player of the Year for not only high school football, but baseball for Minot High as well. Off to Nebraska after his high school playing days on the baseball field. Probably could have went there for football as well. Phil, welcome in tonight. The big storyline tonight, of course, Minot High with some bad news. Last week, they lose Hunter Ruziska, probably the biggest talking point in the state of North Dakota for high school football last week. What does that really do for Minot High, losing a player like Ruziska? Obviously, his skill on the field is second to none inside of the West region.
Yeah, I think you look at his skill set that he brings, and that, like, there's not a lot of kids that are as athletic as he is in the state, let alone the West region. And another thing too is you just lose his leadership. Like, he's been on the field before, he's made a lot of plays, and guys just kind of rally behind him. So to find somebody to fill both of those roles is, it's going to be pretty tough. But that's why you have so many kids on the team and young kids that are practicing and lifting all off season, just eager to step in, and hopefully somebody can. It's probably going to have to be a group of guys that step in and collectively try and fill that role, but hopefully they can get a few to do that.
Is it fair to say that Minot High's offense was built around Hunter Ruziska in the backfield with his abilities there? I mean, you don't want to put it all on one kid's shoulders, but he certainly was the gem and the ace in the hole for the Magi.
Yeah, I think you if you look to their play calling and play selection last game before his injury, I mean, I wish I had the stats in front of me, but I bet he touched the ball on 90% of the plays. With a young quarterback, it helps to have a guy that is going to be able to, get a few positive yardage, get you in some third and short situations, and kind of go from there. But I guess it kind of is what it is. Like, the guys have to step up, and we'll just see. Like, it's definitely going to bring some changes, and hopefully the guys are up to it.
It will be a fun one tonight to see where these two teams fall into line in this East vs. West showdown. You see on your screen right there, the Davies Eagles coming out to the field. The Magi will be right behind them as we take a look now at the statewide standings. They're brought to you by our friends at the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. They're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 7, and Saturdays, 8:30 to 3. So the UPS store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. When you look at the East region first, only 4 teams in 2A 11-man football here in 2021. Still hard to wrap my mind around that too, by the way. Shadley number 1, they put it on Davies last week, 34-0, a surprising outcome there. Davies looking for a regrouping of sorts here tonight in the Magic City. West Fargo came to Minot. They took down Minot High by a score of 24-7, a non-conference matchup there. West Fargo Cheyenne also with a win last week. Cheyenne beat Grand Forks Central 34-0 in a non-conference 11A versus 11AA matchup. There you see the Minot High drumline coming to the screen, by the way, here on the PSP Network. Doesn't that just give you chills on a Friday night? Nothing better than that, is there?
Right.
Let's look at the West region now, Phil. And Bismarck High is the team to beat. They have a 1-0 record on the year. They took care of Mandan last week on a Thursday night, and that was a pretty good ball game, 28-22 the final. Century's going to be tough to beat again. 19 points for them last week in their opener. Their defense only gave up 7. They're 1-0 in a conference matchup last week for Century. Williston on the year, they're 1-0. They've got to win in non-conference matchups. Minot 0-1, Legacy 0-1 in the season. And Mandan sitting on an 0-1 mark here tonight. By the way, on the PSP Network, you can also find St. Mary's taking on Mandan tonight. That game on the PSP Network. You can listen to Scott Woodmansey along with Chuck Claremont for the call of that one on the PSP Network. There's your standings across the state of North Dakota for 2A football. The EDC led by Fargo Shadley and West Fargo. Davies at the bottom of the barrel right now, but it's only week number 2. Looking to climb out of that cellar here with the victory over Minot High tonight. The Magi look to do the same thing. We talked to Chauncey Hendershot earlier on tonight. We're going to go to our first break of the pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk to Chauncey. We'll get his thoughts after a week 1 defeat. We'll get his thoughts heading into week number 2 here tonight, where the Magi and Eagles from Davies come together on the PSP Network. It is North Dakota 2A 11-man high school football. Live on the PSP Network.
30-inch galactic pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. And Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot. Coach's Corner. We're now joined by the Minot High head coach here in his second year, Mr. Chauncey Hendershot. Chauncey, thanks for some time here tonight.
Yeah, you bet.
Another beautiful night for high school football. A little bit of cloud cover. Never hurts anything here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. Let's go back to last weekend. Another beautiful night there. A little bit of rain kind of plagued the middle of that ball game. 24-7. West Fargo had the advantage. Overall thoughts on the matchup last week and a loss in the season opener against a pretty darn good West Fargo team.
Yeah, pretty darn good West Fargo team. Is right. We'll give them a credit. it. They made plays. We weathered some adversity early in that game. Defensively, we thought our defense put us in a shot to be competitive and have a chance to be in that in the fourth quarter, and they just pull one on late. So kind of spent the week just regrouping and had a good week of practice, ready to get back after it and build on what we did last week.
Probably the biggest news in the States is Hunter Ruziska going down with a lower body injury early on in that ball game. I mean, that has to change a lot of what you do offensively, defensively, special teams. What do you do with the injury to Ruziska?
Right, and in that moment too, it's not just the X's and O's or the scheme. He's a team leader. You ask any guy on this team, he's one of our hardest workers, good buddies. There's a little bit of a kind of an emotional check that we had to do last Friday night as well, and throughout the week. We need some guys to step up now and make some plays. We have a next man up mentality here. We don't replace a kid like Hunter, but we need some guys to rise to the occasion, and now it's their chance to go, and they've been working hard to get this opportunity too.
Davies comes into Dwayne Carlson Stadium here tonight for the matchup against Minot High after they got beat up a little bit by Shanley. What do you expect out of the Davies Eagles tonight?
Yeah, watching that game last week, it was an extremely early on, very physical football game. We expect Davies to be very sound and very physical. Sometimes in the game of football, it's just not your night, and I think that's what happened to Davies last week. We expect a tough matchup here tonight.
One key in your mind that stands out on the paper?
We have to be able to sustain drives and work the clock and move the sticks offensively. Defensively, it's going to come down to the line of scrimmage. We thought our D-line played pretty well last week, and we need them to do so again this week.
As always, thanks for your time, Chauncey.
Thank you.
That's Chauncey Hendershot, the head coach of the Minot High Magicians. When we come back to the Planet Pizza pregame show, we'll dive further into the matchup as Minot High takes on Fargo Davies tonight at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. It's North Dakota high school football here on the PSP Network. Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag at Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability. For all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs, your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
If you told me 10 years ago I'd be a dad, homeowner, and business partner, I wouldn't have believed it. There's lots of reasons I chose First Western.
Hey Lloyd, how are you today?
Locally owned, community invested, convenient, but most of all, whatever I need, wherever I am, I can count on them.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Minot High School Band. Our rendition of our nation's national anthem tonight, and if that doesn't give you goosebumps, I don't know what will. Dick Colberg alongside of Phil Shirk for the call. Tonight on the PSP Network, it's high school football and East First West 11 AA matchup. Davies is in town to take on Minot High here tonight. It is the Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location. They can also be reached tonight for delivery at 701-852-1700. We heard from Chauncey Hendershot In our Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends at Tires Plus. All brands under one roof, by the way, with guaranteed the lowest prices. It's Tires Plus. You can find them online at TiresPlusND.com. There's service after the sale as well with the Tires Plus plan. You can't go wrong with Tires Plus. They brought you the Coach's Corner here tonight. Well, Phil, should we take a look at the polls across North Dakota after week number 1? These polls brought to you by Magic City Inspections, the locally owned company committed to providing exceptional inspection services to ensure you're ready to take the next step in your home ownership. Find them online, MinotInspections.com. Well, when you look at the 11 AA matchups that took place last week, no real surprise. Century's number 1 here in West Fargo's number 2. Bismarck at number 3. Cheyenne 4. Shanley up to number 5. Preseason rankings, all those teams were 1, 2, 3, and 4 except for Shanley, not ranked. Any real surprises in this list of 11 AA football after week 1?
No, I don't think so there. I think West Fargo definitely played like the number two team in the state. It'll be exciting to see them play Bismarck and Century. And, I think, Shanley, just the way that they kind of took it to Fargo Davies last night kind of opened some eyes. And we'll get to see here tonight like how Davies responds after that week last week.
On the 11A side, St. Mary's number 1. They're taking on Mandan tonight on the PSP Network. You can catch Scott Woodmansey and Chuck Claremont for the remainder of that call. That one just about in the second half now on PSP Network. That's a digital radio broadcast. They take on Mandan, an 11 AA team here tonight. Wapaton's on this list, so is Fargo South, Fargo North, and Jamestown, all on the 11A bracket here for 2021 and week number 1 of the Sportscasters Sports Writers Association in North Dakota and their poll. For Minot High, they've got Davies tonight, then next week off to Bismarck High. How important is it for the Magi to come out of here with some good building blocks and even a win here tonight to get it back into conference play?
Well, I think looking at the the entire year, it definitely is a big game. Next week is really going to be tough against Bismarck High. But if they play well tonight, if they kind of change up their scheme a little bit, change some stuff up, and have some success, and they could give them a good amount of confidence to take it to Bismarck High next week.
Looking forward to it. Minot High is going to be in their maroons tonight. It's Davies in their whites with the gold helmets. Almost looks like 2 pairs of uniforms for both teams here. Davies and Minot with the same color schemes for the most part. Minot High with the maroon, more of a cardinal red maybe for Davies. I'm not exactly sure what they classify that as. Nevertheless, they look sharp here tonight in this matchup. Davies is going to boot it away. Minot High will be back to retrieve back in their own territory as the sun continues to go down here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. The lights are on. We're set for North Dakota 2A high school football. Nick Kohlberg and Phil Shurik on the call on the PSP Network. That puts a cap on the Planet Pizza pregame show. We are underway as this one booted back into Minot High territory. Picked up at the 5-yard line, all the way up over midfield. Off to the races, back over the 40-yard line, 35-30, 25-20, all the way to the 10-5, touchdown. Magi are on the board first tonight as that ball is going to be ran from coast to coast. And the Magician special teams on the board early as Ty Kitchen takes it to the house on the opening kickoff.
That is a great way to start the game for the Magi. You get a 7-point, hopefully 7-point lead here. Barch can put it through, but just a great job of blocking. He had a good hole to run through, and he was pretty fast right there.
Unbelievable start for Minot High here tonight. If that doesn't put the momentum on the side for the Magi, I don't know what would. No-brainer comment there, by the way. 8 seconds in off of the opening kick. You're welcome. I'll be here all night. Tip your waitress, Phil.
I took some classes for that one.
Yeah, 100%. Peyton Barch comes out, as you mentioned, to see if he can put it through the uprights. Another good crowd on hand tonight here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. And now they enjoy a Minot High lead that reads 7-0 after Ty Kitchen takes it to the house. 95 yards off of the kickoff. And Minot High has the advantage. It's 7-0 early here on the PSP Network. Minot High is going to move the ball away when we come back. Davies will go to work on the offensive side to see what they can do after Minot High picks up the first points of the ball game.
of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Well, Ty Kinchin gets the party started tonight for the Magi. 95 yards on the opening kickoff. And Kinchin takes it to the house. 8 seconds into the contest here tonight to the 95-yarder. What's the key to making a run back like that, Phil? I mean, a lot has to go right in those situations to go from coast to coast.
Yeah, typically, like, obviously you need your blocking, like right there, there's a few ways to block on a kickoff return, but those guys, it looked like they all formed a wedge and had great separation, good spacing, and they all picked up their assignments. And that's another big thing is, like, you need to make sure you know who your guy is to block and go block them, and they really did it there. They did a good job of it.
Davies on the offensive side of the ball for the first time tonight. Davies goes with Dylan Felder, the quarterback. Jamison Wadzek, the fullback. Wingback, Oliver Lucht. Lorenz in the backfield. Has Bargan on the wideout position. Brown on the wideout position. Felder from shotgun takes it, fires it out to the 35, cuts up over the 40, and 5 yards on the play, and the nice pickup coming there from Ray Brown.
Yeah, it looks like we might see a pretty wide open offense here coming out with 4 wideouts right away and flinging it out there and see what kind of plays their wide receivers are going to be able to make.
This is a different offense, kind of what we were told in our pregame notes and doing some studying up on Davies. They're kind of like Jamestown was last year, the way that they operated, the way that they had a few different positions that they weren't afraid to get the ball to, not afraid to pass it either. Here's a run, however, up the near sideline, all the way up to the 50, and carrying the football was Oliver Lucht, and Lucht moves the chains for a Davies first down, and the ball is marked at midfield.
Yeah, they must have noticed something on the film from last week, because they made a pretty good adjustment there that they really blocked down and created a nice big hole for Luke to run through.
First down and 10. The lights are on here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. Beautiful field. You played on this field in your high school playing days. Since then, the turf has been put in. Some renovations to the seats, a new video scoreboard. One of the nicer facilities in North Dakota for high school football with the view concern. Little pass on the swing play out to the left side, getting up and some yards of the play was Luke Lorenz. He's going to go all the way up over the 45-yard line. And Davies continues to move the football early on here tonight.
Yeah, looks like they're going to challenge Minot's cornerbacks there. Ethan Panko got himself in good position. He just wasn't able to wrap up and make the play. But kind of seems like Davies is going to put their athletes against ours and see what happens.
Second down, we'll call it 4 to go. Ball marked at the 45-yard line. Motion man from the backfield is the one that's going to get the football and carrying it up ahead. Not a gain on the play. It's actually going to be a loss of 2 on the play.
Good adjustment there by Minot, coming up, stuffing the run, keeping an eye on that Luke Lorenz and pushing him back.
That was Lorenz on the carry, and like you said, push back on the play. Brings up a third down and 5 to go here for Fargo Davies early on in the ballgame. 10:29 left here in our first quarter of play. Minot High's up 7-0 if you're just joining us. First International Bank and Trust scoreboard after Ty Kinchin took it 95 yards to the house. Lorenz has it, breaks free out to the outside. Turned the corner, got up over the 35-yard line. The chains move again on the third down play. And Lorenz moving and grooving here for Davies in the backfield tonight.
The old option play there. Looked like the quarterback made a good read. If he is reading to pull the ball out from the running back right there, you saw that linebacker come crashing in. And then he was able to get it to his tailback to get it outside.
such a cliche on the broadcast booth, but how big is a stop right now for Minot High after scoring on the opening possession of the football tonight?
It is big. It's really good. Really easy way to keep the momentum going, and it is a cliche, but at the same time, like even if you go up 10-0, that's like you feel pretty good about yourself, and you have room to run a few plays that you maybe wouldn't and get the offense going.
Second down and 8.
DeWitt's is going to make the stop for the Magi. Second down and 8. On the right hash, ball marked at the 32. Second down and 8. Minot High's up 7-0. Up the middle again, and the stop is going to be made again for Minot High's 77, Caden Turnbow. A gain on the play, however, and it brings up a third down and a long 4 to go here for Davies. Turnbow's a player for Minot High on the defensive side that's one of the ones that's looked at to lead this Minot High defensive core.
Yeah, he was he was definitely a guy we called his name a lot last week. He was running around making plays and creating a lot of disruptions. So he'll definitely be looked to called upon.
4 wideouts over on the left side, make it 5. The motion man. Ball's going to be fired to the man in motion. That's Lorenz. Makes a cut. Now another. He's up over the 25-yard line. Falls down over the 22. And a first down for Davies. They're going to move the chains again. And Fargo Davies with good ball management and a good march up the field right here. Another first down. And they look to pressure Minot High here at Minot High's 21-yard line on a first down at 10. Nick Holberg and Phil Shurik on the call here tonight on the PSP Network. We sure appreciate you folks for joining us here tonight for North Dakota High School football. Don't forget that Clean Tech is there for 24/7 disaster response and restoration services. CleanTechLLC.us. Quarterback keeps it. Dylan Felder runs it up. Another first down and a first down and goal here for Davies as they break it all the way deep inside the red zone. And Fargo Davies is knocking at the door, trying to pull within one.
First and goal for the Eagles on the 2-yard line.
Ball set up at the left hash. Felder with 3 in the backfield. He's going to hand it off. It's Lorenz again all the way to the goal line. Minot High trying to put the wall up. Not going to happen, and into the end zone. Is that Lorenz on the carry? I do apologize from up here. I got to get some eyes checked. It's actually 27 instead, and that's Elijah Hayes on the touchdown.
Big bunch there. They went away from their spread formation and just tightened everybody up and were able to get a push by their line. It'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments the Magi can make. Feldner made a couple good reads, pulling the ball out, especially that last run there. He saw the backer crashing down and pulled the ball out and hit a huge hole in front of him. So you got to give him a little bit of credit there too.
Minot High is going to call a timeout. Davies is going to have an extra opportunity here to make their decision on 2 points or just the single kick and the point after attempt coming up here with 7:32 left in our first quarter of football. Davies is on the board. Minot High leads 7-6. Davies with an opportunity to tie the ball game or take the lead. High school band here again tonight. Gotta love when they're here, don't you?
Yeah, they do. They do a pretty good job of keeping the crowd into it. And I see somebody brought the noisemakers out, those little clapper things. I'm sure those will be well received by everybody. And you know, it looks like a pretty fun atmosphere out there.
I thought last week was a great crowd, and I think it was almost at capacity for the opener for Minot High, which is always good to see. That extra element to that home field advantage certainly doesn't hurt anything. Fun to have the games played with full crowds again. I think we really got a wake-up call last year after we took some of that for granted for the years prior to that possibly. And now the fans are out in full force again tonight. Glad to see them here. Point after attempt. Ball's down. The kick is up. Through the uprights, so we've got a tied ball game here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. On the boot was Dylan Pogge, and Pogge puts it up through the uprights. It's 7-7 on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Davies ties the ball game. It's going to be a dogfight, it looks like, here tonight from Dwayne Carlson Stadium. Minot High gets the ball back when we return. It's North Dakota 11-man 2A football here on the PSP Network.
If you told me 10 years ago I'd be a dad, homeowner, and business partner, I wouldn't have believed it. There's lots of reasons I chose First Western.
Hey Lloyd, how are you today?
Locally owned, community invested, convenient, but most of all, whatever I need, wherever I am, I can count on them.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Minot scored off of the opening kickoff here tonight. Davies got the ball back. They marched down the field. 4 first downs into the end zone for a touchdown. And Davies has tied the game at 7-7 here on the PSP Network. It's Nick Holberg alongside of Phil Shirk. Glad to have you all aboard tonight. Big thank you, by the way, to our good friend Scotty Cattell for joining us last week and bringing you the broadcast coverage of Minot High in West Fargo. Oh, that guy's not in the Hall of Fame yet. It's still beyond me, Phil. He really does do a great job. Scotty K, over 40 years on the broadcast mic here in the Magic City. Davies to boot this one away. Thanks, Scotty K, if you're listening tonight. That one's going to go into the end zone for the touchback. And Minot High is going to go back to work on the offensive side of the ball as we'll get a look here at the quarterback, Jaden Sparrow, the junior that comes in to play for the Magi. You look back to last year, it was Ebke for the Magicians that carried the workload last year. Sparrow comes in now here in his junior year. They fought that position out. They'll use Sparrow here on the offensive side, Ebke on the defensive side. Phil, one of your positions in high school sports that you were the best at in the state of North Dakota, according to media and coaches across the state. You were called the player of the year for high school football as a quarterback for the Magi. What do you like about Sparrow so far in his young career here for the Magicians?
He throws a pretty good ball. He wants to learn. He's shown too that he'll put his head down and lower his shoulders a little bit too and get what's there. But he's shown some promise out there.
Carry there from Minot High. Sparrow, the quarterback keeper. The biggest Achilles heel for him at this point in his young career? Or do you have one on him? Just that game experience?
Yeah, I think the game experience, finding the rhythm. You know, last week, especially when Hunter, kind of their main game plan, like that would have taken some pressure on him, was no longer available. I think that was tough on him to get in a rhythm and just find the rhythm with his wide receivers and be confident in where they're going to be.
Minot High's got a motion man. It's going to be handed off up the near sideline. It comes again. And breaking all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Very good job of Caleb Spitzer, the big lineman, getting outside there, getting his block, and able to help Kinchin get going on that reception and catch and run there.
Sunset here in the Magic City as the sun continues to go down. We'll see if we can get a shot of that for you folks. It is absolutely beautiful. Somebody take a picture of that, Phil. This is a selfie opportunity for your Instagram right here, man. I'm telling you. Handoff again. It's going to be taken by the Magi up over the 40-yard line to the 41. Carrying the football there was Jonas Bubak, and Bubak is going to be hauled down. It's going to bring up a second down. And roughly 5 to go here for the Magi. Well, I know we talked about it in the pregame show here tonight. And not to put too much emphasis on the Hunter Ruziska injury, but man, when that happened last week, you could just feel the entire crowd, everybody involved here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium, anyone in maroon and gold. It's just like the air had left the premises. Handoff again up the middle. Nice defensive stop here from Davies again. We'll bring up a third down and a short 3 to go here for the Magi. With the ball marked at 44-yard line.
Yeah, last week was tough. Like it, just not the way you want to start the year. Your leaders going down, and just hard to recover from that one.
Had a chance to talk to Hunter Ruziska tonight on the sideline. Had some words of advice for him and just told him. Timeout Minot High, by the way. We're going to keep it right here. Told him to use the opportunity to try his best to absolutely find a positive silver lining in that. That's not an easy thing to do, and to keep your head straight in situations like that. In your career, Phil, you've battled injuries. You've had injuries put your career to an end in the baseball world. What do you do to overcome that? I mean, this is a teaching point for many people, including myself. I mean, what is the mentality or the message to yourself to try to come back from something like that, or to ride a positive wave through something like that?
Well, in Hunter's case, like Hunter's going to have a chance to play college football somewhere. Hopefully, like at this point, maybe, I don't know, maybe learn a little bit more and worry about making what decision he wants to make, and take a little bit more time maybe for that if he can, and just kind of just keep positive, like you said. Like as tough as that is, like he's in a different situation than me in that he'll get to play college, he'll get to play football again. So he's just got to keep that in the back of his mind and be as positive as he can.
Good words. Very on the run. He was denied at the 42-yard line. There's a flag on the play. Let's listen in.
Offense, 10-yard penalty. Still third down.
10-yard penalty on the holding call on the Magi. Your thoughts last week on Minot High and their discipline in week number one, better than the opener a year ago, you'd have to say, without a doubt, but still some things to iron out?
Well, yeah, you get and they had their share of over-aggressive penalties, like jumping off sides and stuff, but I thought it was a very clean game that they played last week.
Sparrow's going to fire it out over to the left side. Tyler Johnson wrangled it up. He's going to be hauled down, and it brings up a fourth down situation here for the Magi as the ball is on the Minot High side of the field, marked at the 42-yard line.
Fourth down and 4.
Fourth down and 4. Minot High is going to have to boot this one away, and back to retrieve here for the Davies Eagles will be number 6. That's Ray Brown.
Sparrow in the punt position.
Sparrow not only the quarterback, he's the punter as well now, as he's going to have the duties here. Clean back to Sparrow, puts this one up in the air. The ball is going to bounce at the 30. Takes a favorable Minot High bounce, rolling all the way back down to the 21-yard line. And Davies will go back to work with 4 minutes on the dot left here in the first quarter of play. 7-7 on our First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Minot High scored first tonight. There was a 95-yard kickoff return to open the ball game from Ty Kinchin. Then it was Hayes from Davies that had the run, and a 3-yard scamper into the end zone to tie the ball game up, with the point after attempt being good for Davies at 7-7. That's where we sit right now here in the first quarter. Back under center here for the Eagles, Dylan Felder. Felder's got it. He's going to fire it over to the near side. Ball over to Oliver Luke. Luke's up the near side. There is a flag on the play, but Luke is all the way up over to the 44-yard line before he's wrangled out of bounds. We'll have a call coming here from Mike Anderson in just a moment.
See if they had enough guys on the line of scrimmage there. It looked like might have had one too many guys in the backfield.
Let's go. Offense, 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
It's interesting though, the Davies have really thrown a lot of stuff at the Magi so far tonight already with their different formations.
Here's another one. 2 wideouts on the left side, 2 on the right, spread out as well. One in the backfield, and from shotgun, here comes another flag on the play. Mike Anderson all over that. Perry Olson out there as well. And not what Davies is looking for early on in this ball game tonight. The delay of game is charged here to the Eagles. And with 3:49 left in the first quarter, back-to-back penalties have Fargo Davies all the way back at their own 10-yard line. Same formation here. 2 spread out wide on the left, 2 on the right. Back to pass and sack back in the pocket. Minot High's going to come up with a big defensive stop. There was Tegan Nicholas right on top of the quarterback, Dylan Felder.
To the backfield by Eli Ward.
Eli Ward, the official credit. Looked like 59 to me. Could be 69. My apologies. Either way.
Yeah, I thought is that big Aiden Beckedall back in there too as well.
Aiden Beckedall, yeah, that's the 69 uniform down in the front. Good eye. I think it might be time. I think this is starting to tell us it might be time to get the binoculars out for the next ball game. The older I get, the harder it is to see. Little flea flicker is loose in the end zone. Who's got it? Minot High's got it. A touchdown on the defensive side of the ball as it's picked up. And the Magi take a 13-7 lead.
Yeah, sometimes that's the trouble with some of those trick plays where if they go great, everything looks fantastic, but at the same time, like sometimes, that it's kind of why you don't see that a lot when you have to run through your own end zone and pitch it back to another guy like that.
Parch is on to kick the field goal. 3 minutes on the dot left here in the first. Parch puts this one up through the uprights. No, it's no good. I apologize.
Point after is no good.
Point after is no good. Nevertheless, 13-0. Minot High's got the advantage over Fargo Davies tonight on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. It's North Dakota High School football on the PSP Network. Loyal and true, the school song blares on for Minot High. Enjoy the 6-point lead.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
Special teams and defense tonight. The name of the game for the Minot High offense that's been on the board here in this ball game. Kickback, a kickoff run back for a touchdown. And the defense comes up with a fumble recovery in the end zone. Minot High's got a 13-7 lead. And a stop here as the ball was booted up to the 26-yard line. And Davies comes back out onto the field with a first down and 10. Marching from their own territory. Dylan Felder back in the quarterback position here for Davies. Big thanks to our friends at Magic City Inspections, the locally owned company committed to providing exceptional inspection services to ensure you're ready to take the next step in your home ownership. You can find them online, MinotInspections.com. From the shotgun position again, another flag on the play. There's going to be a false start coming here, Phil, looks like.
I believe so.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
False start on the offense. And Fargo Davies is plagued with a few penalties early on here in this contest tonight.
Yeah, there's been a few formational penalties and false starts. Like sometimes I think when you have such a complicated offense and you show that many looks, it becomes a little difficult for the kids to think of everything that's going on.
Pass up over the middle again. Ball's going to be caught there by Oliver Luke. And Luke Brings it up over the 35-yard line, up to the 37. And it brings up a second down and a short one to go here. Second and short. Davies with the football again. They continue to march. Update from the matchup. Sentry's at Williston here tonight. 56-0 at the half. Sentry on top of the Coyotes. My grandpa used to say, oofta.
That's about right, yeah.
That's a beat down tonight in Williston. Sentry, the real deal. Coyotes had a rough run last year. The quarterback keeper ahead forward. It came from Felder. He's up over first down territory. The chains are going to move. And Davies will have a fresh set of downs. First down and 10 coming here from the 43-yard line on their side of the 50. Can you beat Dwight Carlson Stadium for the views?
I don't think so. I think, maybe some of the Bismarck people might say the bowl a little bit because you can see the river or towards the river in the background, but I think right from the view here is pretty cool.
Ray Brown up over the 50-yard line, then he's hauled down. He caught that one after set up from Feldner. Minot had the tackle.
Brings up second down and
second and 5, it looks like here. Eric Schaefer on the PA tonight. Big thanks to Eric Schaefer. He does a fantastic job on the microphone for Minot High Athletics. First International Bank and Trust scoreboard reads 13-7. The Magi are on top. Down to the final minute to the first quarter of football. Feldner's got it again. Over to Brown. He's going to dart towards the first down marker. Did he get there? We're going to wait and see what the call is. Nope. It's going to be just short. Third down and a short one to go here for Davies. As time drips down here in the first quarter of football. This A2A system for 11-man football, your thoughts on it? I know you and Scotty talked about that last week. It really poses some interesting conversations with some of the cross rivalries and some of the ways that teams are still playing each other and what that means for polls and all that sort of stuff. Felder on the keeper. He's going to break free. He's up over the 30-yard line. Felder brings it ahead forward. Nice play there from him. And then he's going to be hauled down by Sparrow. Is that Sparrow or Minot?
Minot out there.
Sorry, my apologies. I'm bringing binoculars next Friday night, I promise you. Minot on the tackle and a nice one. Hurry up offense coming here from Davies. There is a flag on the play. Ball was rushed ahead forward. We'll wait and see what the call is here on the first down and 10 situation.
I think they're going to get Minot for too many men on the field.
Well, the hurry up offense here from Davies proving to be valuable with 32 seconds left in the first quarter of football. 13-7, Minot High on top. Double A, single A, 11-man football. Love it, hate it, in between. Don't want to raise any feathers up here. What are your real thoughts on it?
I don't know yet. Luckily, if we were from Williston and we had to drive to Fargo a few times, I think that would really change my opinion. And it's also, some of the coaches question it based on like the preseason games and such. But I think at that point I do like that most of the games are going to count. Towards their standings, and they'll use that computer ranking system. I think that's a good step in the right direction. So I don't know. I think it has its positives and negatives.
There's some ways, though, that like anything, can be improved into the first quarter, by the way. We'll talk about that when we come back. At the end of one quarter of football, Minot High's got the advantage over Davies, 13-7. On our first International Bank and Trust scoreboard, we'll come back with our second quarter of football next. It's North Dakota 2A. 2A 11-man high school football here on the PSP Network. Second quarter is next.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary.
On the second down play as we come back to Dwayne Carlson Stadium.
Tackle by Isaiah Walter.
Davies moves the ball ahead forward. It's going to be a third down and a yard to go here with 11:48 ticking away in our first half of football. Nick Colbert, glad to have you aboard here tonight, along with our good friend Phil Shurik on the call here tonight. Always great having Phil aboard for these broadcasts. Third down and 1. Flag on the play. False start's going to be charged again here to Davies, and not tonight they're looking to have on the offensive side of the ball.
Flag on the play.
Start offense. 5-yard penalty. Second.
Another 5-yard penalty.
Eagles.
Brings up a third down.
Third down and 6.
And 6 to go now here for Davies. Ball marked right at the 25-yard line. Felder again from the shotgun position. 2 wideouts on each side, 1 in the backfield. Felder's got it again. He's going to send it over to the near side. A little cutback comes there on the reception and out of bounds. And out of bounds was push number 18, Jamison Wanzik. Fourth down and inches here for Davies. 11:15 to tick away. Here in our second quarter of football. Dick Colberg on the call on the PSP Network. Again with Phil Shurik joining us here tonight. Timeout on the field. We'll do the same thing.
Timeout, Eagles.
13-7, Mountain High's on top. First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. We'll come back to Dwayne Carlson Stadium and a fourth down and short for Fargo Davies when we return.
30-inch galactic pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. At Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
This ball game on the PSP Network tonight brought to you by our good friend Paul Siebert at Paul Siebert State Farm Agency, Subway, the Beaupre Law Firm, Century Eyewear, Qdoba, Ryan GMC, about its finest collision center. Big thank you to them for bringing us the ball game here tonight. Without them, we just frankly wouldn't be here. Felder with a man in motion. He's going to keep it, runs it ahead forward, finds the hole. He's up over the 15-yard line, and the chains move again as Felder picks up another Fargo Davies first down.
Play result for the first down.
Ball right at the 15-yard line. Davies tried to see if they can even the score at 13's aside. If you're just joining us here tonight, the opening kickoff return 95 yards from Kinchin. Hayes scored for Davies on a 3-yard run back in the first quarter. Haven't got the official report on who scored the second touchdown for Minot High, as there was 3 of them on the fumble recovery in the end zone. The Minot High defense was in on the play to put Minot High on top 13-7. Stop of the play and a loss of a yard brings up a second down and 11. Look at this formation here for Davies. 4 out on the right side. Ball's going to be head forward up over the 5-yard line. Thank you, Andy Latch, with some help for me here tonight. Touchdown was scored for Minot High by the big man, number 69. On the fumble recovery, Aiden Beckendall.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Third down and 2 here for Fargo Davies. They continue to march. Into the end zone. Davies has tied the ball game.
Touchdown, Eagles.
Felder into the end zone for the touchdown, and it is 13-13. Point after attempt is up. That one goes through the uprights, and the point after attempt is there. And Davies has taken a 14-13 lead as the boot was on from Dylan Pogge, and Pogge puts it through the uprights. Davies has their first lead of the ball game. Again, 14-13, the score on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard here tonight in our second quarter. We'll keep it here on the PSP Network. So again, Davies on top. They've done a nice job on the offensive side here tonight. What kind of trouble does that pose for a defense when so many different spreads are put out in front of you from the opponent's offense on a night like tonight, where Minot High is probably not used to seeing that many different looks?
Well, I think with the amount of different looks that they're going to see, like it just really forces everybody to be disciplined in their assignments and not try to necessarily make the outstanding play, but make the one that their teammates need them to make, and to hold them to, to the smaller gains and things like that, which we've seen in a couple of those swing passes when guys get there, they just can't complete the play, and it makes you think and makes you make sure that you know what your assignment is actually, and you got to communicate with the other teammates, which is big. Like a lot of younger kids too coming up, they don't understand how important it is to communicate your assignments and to let guys know if somebody's coming or if they're switching, and that's going to be a big role in this game and play a huge part if they can continue to if they can communicate a little better.
Ball's going to be booted away here from the Eagles. It's going to be caught at the 20-yard line. Ball's up over the 30, now up to the 32. Football's on the ground. Who's got it? There's a pile up there. And the football came out on the return.
Owen Czar with the return.
Czar that had it on the return.
Tackle made by Andrew Lockway.
He's going to hang on to the football. Minot High's offense will come back out, but an injured player on the field for the Magi, and oh no. More bad news again. The helmet is off on the field. Not exactly sure who that is, but another injury, and one that seems to be causing some pain down there right at the 30-yard line. My goodness, you just hate to see it, don't you, Phil?
Yeah, it's never a good thing when one of the guys are laying down there. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, but if his helmet came off in the play, that hopefully it wasn't anything with his head. He didn't bang his head on the turf or anything like that. That's always kind of a scary thing. Luckily, this field turf with all those little rubber pellets in there kind of helps a little bit with that. But that's definitely something you don't you never want to see a guy's piece of equipment not where it should be.
Well, good hands are out there. Dr. Don Mattern is there on the scene helping out on the field. We've got an injury timeout on the field. Davies is on top, 14-13. They lead the Magi from Minot High tonight on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Hopefully we'll have good news when we come back to Dwayne Carlson Stadium. Davies is up by 1.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
The 30-inch Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. At Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
Well, some bad news for Minot High's Czar. He was the one that was injured on the play. He gets carted off here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium, and more bad news for Minot High as Czar leaves the ballgame. Pass is going to be sent out over towards the 39-yard line. It's gobbled up and taken there for the Magi off to Tyler Johnson. He connects with it, runs it out of bounds inside the 40, so we're going to have a second down coming here. Oh, there's a flag on the play. My apologies.
Yeah, that was roughing the passer. Just not sure what the guy was thinking there.
Well, Davies has been plagued here tonight without a doubt with plenty of penalties. That has been their biggest problem of the ball game. That could almost go without being said tonight, but if you're just joining us, it has been an issue for the Eagles here tonight on both sides of the football. That was a big one. The ball is going to be spotted all the way up at the 47-yard line. Minot High with possession of the football. 2 wideouts on the right side, 1 on the backfield. Ball's going to be handed off. Busting up the middle on the move for the Magi all the way up is Ferry, and Ferry's brought down right near the marker for the first down. Will it be a first down for the Magi? It is. Ball's marked now at the 37-yard line. And Ferry got up that motor there a little bit for Minot High.
Yeah, very good. You know, when Jaden's able to complete some balls, it makes it easier on everybody. Opens up some running lanes, and you know the offensive line got a great push there. But it when you have a little bit of balance in your offense, it's going to open up everything.
Judd carried there for Minot High. He was stopped. Brings up a second down and 8 here for the Magi. Down to 8:10 to play in the half. Minot High trailing 14-13. The Magicians have led the entire ball game here tonight. Davies comes back at the 9-minute 11-second mark here in the second quarter and puts one on the board to take the lead. Man in motion is Nygaard. Ball's going to be taken here by Sparrow. Spins it out, fires it across. Nygaard connects with it. Is he in bounds? Yes or no? That's the question mark on the field. The ball is caught inside the 30-yard line, and it's going to bring up a third down and a short one here for Minot High.
Yeah, another good job by Sparrow picking up seeing his receivers come open. Little Thomas Drago there, who's not the biggest target, but did a nice job of hauling that one in and keeping it in bounds.
Minot over on the left side. Wide out on the right side as well, and it's going to be handed off. Up the middle it goes. Big defensive stop. The Bigs were in there for Davies. They shut the door and in a quick hurry.
Carry.
Who will get the official credit on the stop here for Davies?
Tackle by Hayes. Brings up 4th down.
Hayes is what they say inside the press box here at Dwight Carlson Stadium. Don't forget, when you're shopping for tires, shop Tires Plus. All brands under one roof with a guaranteed lowest prices and their service after the sale with the Tires Plus plan. You can't go wrong. TiresPlusND.com. Sparrow back to pass. Fires it up over towards the left sideline. And that one's going to be incomplete, almost into the hands of the Davies defender. The intended pass there for Kitchen.
Broken up by Ray Brown. Eagles take over on down.
Eagles will have the football at a 1st down and 10 now after Minot High turns the ball over on downs. Saw that last week out of Sparrow. A few interceptions were thrown to the ball game. With time from that quarterback position, how do you work on that? How do you teach that? What is the message in that to avoid those turnovers that way through the air?
Well, it's kind of something you prepare for. You prepare for how the defense is going to play, where you think they're going to be. Also, it's just kind of getting a rhythm. If you notice that last throw right there, he didn't look like he was in quite as good of a rhythm. Sometimes with with right-handed quarterbacks, rolling to their left or moving to the left, it's a little bit harder for him, and he'll probably work on his footwork a little bit, or keep refining it, keep getting it better, and working on it that way, and hopefully it'll get him in a rhythm better.
Felder up over the middle, connects with Brown, and Brown is up to the 45-yard line, and Raymond Brown picks that one out of the air before he's tattooed, but he moves the chains. That was a highlight-style play right there, and Davies continues to move the football.
Yeah, that was a pretty good job, pretty gutsy play by the wideout right there. I think pretty much Davies must see something in the middle of that secondary right there, because it was the same ball. I don't know if it was the exact same routes, but they were targeting that same part of the field. So hopefully Minot can make an adjustment.
Brown's got it again. Stiff arm. He's up over the 45 before he's hauled down. And the big man for the Magi, number 52, comes up with the stop. That's Leighton Ludwig, the senior from Minot High. While you look at this Magician program, and one that has a rich tradition, 16 WDA titles. Their last was in 2016. Minot High's last state championship, Phil, do you remember this year?
1980, I believe. I was reminded of that quite a bit when I was playing.
I'm sure you did. 1980, the last time that the Magi have won a state championship. Felder again, he's close to that 1st down marker as Pankow wrangles him down from behind. He got up close to the 37-yard line. Brings down a 3rd down and 2 yards to go here for Davies. Most people wouldn't believe that, I don't think. The Minot High hasn't won one since 1980. They've had plenty of appearances in the Dakota Bowl and the state championship. They just haven't been able to get the job done. Handoff of the backfield again, this time motoring ahead forward with the carry of the football. And the 1st down for Davies was Luke Lorenz.
Lorenz with the carry.
Davies moves the chains.
Play results in Eagles 1st down.
Doing some research today. The first matchup I could find between these two teams was back in 2010. And Minot High had the advantage in a big way that night. Since then, on the season-long series, or the lifetime series, I should say, Minot holds a 7-3 advantage in the 10 matchups that they've played. Last time that they met was 2018, according to the sheet here from online. I don't think that's right. I think they played in 2019, possibly. Maybe it is 18. It feels like it. Maybe time's just going that quick now. The older you get, the more it just starts to fade together.
Yeah, the days go slow sometimes, but the years go fast.
Yeah, that's exactly right. 7-3 overall for Minot High. Look at this spread again over on the right side. Felder from the shotgun. Fired over. That one looked like it was off the turf. It's not. It's going to be taken up into the hands. It goes. And Oliver Luke again picks it up. Are they going to call that a reception? That looked like it hit the ground, didn't it, Phil?
It did look like it had a little skip. It was also pretty close to a lateral. So maybe they were thinking they're calling it a lateral and then it doesn't matter if it skips off the turf or not. So again, time for the binoculars.
Time for the binoculars is right. One wide out on the left side. 4 over on the right, 1 in the backfield. Felder's got the football. Quarterback keeper, he's up to the 15. And Felder's going to barrel his way down for another Fargo Davies first down as Davies continues to move and groove here. They've done a nice job with time management, ball management, and getting the ball up and down the field here tonight.
They have. After being shut out last week, I'm sure they spent a significant amount of time on offense, and it's showing right here. Like they look pretty solid.
3 wideouts on the left this time. 1 on the right, 1 on the backfield. Felder, quarterback keeper again. He's over the 5-yard line now, and he comes right up to that first down marker. It's going to be a first down and goal, or is it going to be a second down and a short 6 inches to go here?
Tripped up by Woodward.
Maybe a little more credit there given. About a yard, actually, from up here, nevertheless. Second down and a yard to go here for Felder. He's got Davies' last touchdown, looking for another one. And a timeout coming now here for Fargo Davies. Play clock at 16, game clock at 3:18. It is North Dakota High School 2A 11-man football on the PSP Network. We sure thank you for joining us here tonight. Thank you again to our friends at Magic City Inspections, a locally owned company committed to providing exceptional inspection services to ensure you're ready to take the next step in your home ownership. Find them online, MinotInspections.com. What we were talking about at the end of that first half was just the stuff about the way that it's structured now with the A and 2A system. I brought this up for high school hockey for many, many years with no traction gained on that, by the way. You just want to avoid those blowouts and the big ones. Like tonight, you got Williston and Century. Is there no other fit inside of high school football at the AA level that could have went over and played Century tonight instead of Williston, a team that struggled last year? I mean, is that not a Fargo South or somebody else, a Jamestown, somebody that maybe could have given a better fight there, I guess, is the argument to that. That, of course, there's kinks to be worked out with this deal as we continue on.
Yeah, I think that's kind of one of the things you think about.
Up the middle, Felder's into the end zone again, and Felder's got back-to-back scores, and Davies now leads by a score of 20-13.
Felder on the carry.
Yeah, going back to the classification system thing, it like they don't let me be in the room, and from what I heard, it was kind of a closed-door meeting as they hashed it out a little bit, and everybody has their reasons. You do kind of wonder, like, even this year, like a St. Mary's or a Jamestown would have been more competitive than a Williston team. I do understand, though, you want to give teams a chance to be competitive instead of seeing like the Bismarck Highs and Bismarck Century in your state title game each and every year, and you're sitting at home. So I understand that part too, but I don't know. As I said before, like, we don't have to make the drive from Williston to Fargo several times, and so that's another thing. But I think that would make it all the more tough.
Agreed. 2013, 7-point lead for Davies. It's North Dakota High School football, the PSP Network. The Magi go back to the offense when we return.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
Well, you want to talk about a pretty sight? There it is right there, Phil. Dwayne Carlson Stadium on a Friday night. Start of September. Just wait till those leaves start turning colors, and then it gets real beautiful here in the Magic City. Beautiful sights. Great sounds, as well as the Minot High Band here tonight, but the Magi on their home turf tonight. Trailing right now 2013. Game plan for Chauncey Hendershot's crew after falling down by 7 here after leading for the majority of the first half of the ball game.
Yeah, I think this drive, they just don't want to, they want to protect the ball, and they don't want to do anything that's going to get the ball right back to the Fargo Davies football team. So we'll see what happens here, if they want to kind of try a 2-minute offense, or if they're going to play a little conservative football.
Sparrow back out for the Magi. Setting up the offense. Minot High has 2 wideouts over on the left side, 2 in the backfield. Ball's going to be faked and then handed off. Carried ahead forward. Gain of about 2 on the play.
Terry with the rush.
Nice hit there by the Fargo South defender. Blaze did a great job of running hard, but that Nathan Stegmiller came up from that free safety position and laid a lick there.
Ferry, a senior for Minot High, not the biggest in the program by any means. Ball's going to be spun out to caught to the near side here by Pankow. Pankow is all the way up over the first down marker towards midfield. Got it up to the 44-yard line, and Minot High's got themselves a first down.
That's good. Get Jaden some more confidence and let those receivers catch it and run a little bit. Sometimes it's, with everything going on, it's just easier to get them the ball out in space and make something happen like that.
First down and 10. Ball's marked at the 44-yard line. Sparrow's got it again, fires it up over the middle. Ball's intercepted. Ray Brown's got it. He's up over the 45 to the 40. Brown to the 35, 30, 25, 20. Ray Brown, see you later. Touchdown on the pick 6.
Sparrow's pass intercepted by Brown. Returned for a touchdown.
Well, Ray Brown has been good tonight on both sides of the football, and he shows his defensive prowess there. Picked that one off from Sparrow, took it, and put it right down the Minot High throat into the end zone. Pick 6, and we've got a 26-13 ball game. Pregame coming out to kick the extra point here. Nope, they're going to go for 2. Ball's going to be handed off right towards the goal line. Minot High will make the defensive stop, but the damage was done, however. Davies and Ray Brown pick up 6 more, 26-13 on the pick 6, and an excellent read there as it's a 26-13 ball game with under 2 minutes left here in this first half of football. First International Bank and Trust scoreboard sees Davies on top tonight. At the end of our first half, Minot High will get the ball back again, however, coming up in just a moment, seeing if they can't cut into this 26-13 lead.
Come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
26-13, Davies is on top. Had a little bit of everything here tonight. A pick 6 from Ray Brown has Davies in the driver's seat, leading Minot High here on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Nick Holbrook and Phil Shurik on the call. Thanks for joining us here tonight, as this one's going to be sent all the way back to Minot High territory. Picking it up here, it's Kitchen again. He's up to the 40-yard line, and Kitchen all down there as Minot High will have a first down at 10. Some time to work on the clock with 1:51 remaining here in this first half of football. In your mind, Phil, is this a must-score drive for the Magi to end first half play?
I don't know if I'd call this must score, but if they just can't repeat what just happened. Like, they need to take the ball, drive it down deep into the Davies territory, and maybe even try and get a field goal out of this. I don't think they absolutely have to score, but they just need to take care of the football right here for sure.
Dual wideouts on each side. Sparrow's on the quarterback keeper. He's up to the 45-yard line towards the 50, and hauled down at the 49. It looks, maybe that's too much credit for him. We'll wait to see where they officially mark the ball. It will be a second down and 2. The ball's going to be marked at the 48, in between the 47 and the 48-yard line. 2 in the backfield. Make that 1 in the backfield. Under shotgun is Sparrow. Wideouts on each side, off to Kitchen. Oh, he's tattooed on the far sideline. And right there with the defensive coverage was Nicholas Hasbargen, the sophomore, the 6'1", 160-pounder. He got into Kitchen. He says, Mama said knock you out. That's about what happened over on the far wing. Third down, a loss of a yard on the play for the Magi. Good crowd on hand here tonight. These kids must be right underneath us. Is that what's going on?
Sure seems like it.
Hot dog stand down there or something, not exactly sure. Motion man here for the Magi, and we've got a yellow hanky out on the field, and that will bring up a conversation to be had here with Mike Anderson, who wears the white hat here tonight.
Dead ball. Ball start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Full start of the Magi brings the third down. They lose 5 on the play. They've got a long 7 to go now. Here with 32 seconds remaining in the first half. 16 seconds on the play clock. 2 wideouts on the left, 1 on the right. Player in the backfield as well. Rolling out with it. Sparrow's going to bob it downfield. Intended for Kitchen, off his fingertips. No good. You like the play call there, an aggressive one to end the first half?
It was a very aggressive one. I think, that the only bad thing about that now is now you punt it and give them a chance to make a play or two. But I don't know. I'm never against completely, going for it and being aggressive.
A momentum swing at the end of the half, sometimes just what the doctor ordered. Minot High is going to punt this ball away. Ray Brown waiting again at his own 30-yard line. Brown's just going to let that one go. This ball's going to take a favorable Minot High roll all the way down to the goal line. And an excellent punt there from Sparrow. And Minot High on the specialty team side of things to end our first half with 5 seconds remaining, doing their job with Sparrow's punt.
Now that brings up a very interesting situation right here, because now they can't just take the V formation and down the football and run the play clock out. So we'll see what this could be interesting right here. That was a big punt. Interesting that Brown just didn't even try for it, and I don't know, this could turn out pretty decent for Minot here. We'll see what happens.
The game plan for Davies, if you're on the offensive side here, you just try to...
You got to get some momentum and get that ball out of the end zone. That's, I'm guessing that's what we'll see here, is just a sneak forward, and yep. But
good call, Phil. That is what happens on the quarterback keeper. The ball is going to come ahead forward. Time will expire. We'll go to halftime with Davies on top of Minot on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. 26-13 the score. Minot High had the lead 2 times in the contest. Davies came fighting back in this one to take a 13-point lead at the break. This is North Dakota High School football here on the PSP Network. Our premier chiropractic halftime report comes up next.
we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
All-state selections. Those were Malia Burke, Lainey Sandberg, Emerson Perrin, Emmy Miller, and Morgan Perrin. Coach Matt Fowle earned the 20-year award from the Coaches Association. Malia Burke was named the North Dakota Girls 2021 Gatorade Player of the Year. And for that honor, she won an $11,000 grant for the Prairie Grit Adaptive Sports here in Minot. Malia was also named the 2021 North Dakota Female High School, the team was named the Female High School Team of the Year for the North Dakota Associated Press. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021 Girls Soccer Champions, the Minot Magicians.
Well, there you have it. That was worth the listen from Eric Schaefer. That was quite a resume reel that was just read off about Minot High girls soccer. The girls team of the year, North Dakota high school sports last year. They went undefeated all the way through their entire schedule, on to a state championship for 2021 girls state soccer. Congratulations to them. They're saluted here tonight at the half. The Premier Chiropractic halftime report. It is 26-13. Davies on top tonight as we reach our halftime report, brought to you by Premier Chiropractic. They're focused on improving the health of Minot and the surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Dr. Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, and Dr. Becky Perry-Domries can be found at PremierChiropracticND.com. That is our family's choice for chiropractic care, all the way from our 8-month-old son all the way up to when I need to go see Dr. Kirk Mason at Premier Chiropractic. Big thanks to them for bringing you our halftime report here tonight. Nick Holberg alongside of Phil Shurik. At the half, you see the scoreboard lit up here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. Phil, biggest takeaway from half number one. First, let's start with the leaders in the game. Fargo Davies, what did you like from them in the first half of football?
I thought they did a pretty good job of mixing up their looks a little bit and spreading the magicians out and then getting the ball to their, just keeping it in their athletes' hands. They were able to, they had a few penalties, but they were able to control the ball. And I mean, after last week, you didn't quite know what to expect with their offense, but they've come out here and I thought they looked pretty decent, especially against the Minot High defense that last week was pretty tough against West Fargo.
Yeah, they only came up 24 against the Packers, ranked number 2 in the state last week. Turning our attention to Minot High now here on the Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report. Biggest takeaway for them, obviously they came out of the gates like a raging bull in a china shop, putting back a touchdown from 95 yards back on the opening kickoff tonight. They had the lead multiple times in the ball game to start, but it was Davies that comes away with a 13-point advantage at the break. Biggest takeaway for the Magi.
They just need to find their rhythm a little bit and, get in the, just sustain a drive, be able to go out. And they've had a couple bigger plays, and then they kind of fizzled out a little bit. So they just need to keep sustaining their drives and be able to march the ball all the way down the field and come away with some points, and that's going to be huge for them. And it's just like I kind of feel like I'm saying it again and again, but just finding a rhythm where they can get into it and just feel comfortable and let the game slow down a little bit for them. It seems like every once in a while the speed of the game is just kind of a little bit too much for them.
26-13 at the break on the Premier Chiropractic halftime report and on our First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. 26-13. Let's take a look at the scoring, how it happened in our first half of football tonight, Phil. Again, 8 seconds into the contest, it was Kinchin that ran it back 95 yards off the opening kickoff tonight. What a way to start for Minot High, wasn't it?
Huge, yeah. I felt like Minot High had the momentum advantage after that for a little bit, and we're going to get things rolling and kind of play with the wind at our back and get everything going.
It was Davies that changed that to turn that direction on the Magi right from their opening possession of the ball game, marching the football down the field, picking up some first downs. They get into the end zone with Hayes from 3 yards out to tie the ball game at 7-7. Minot High then backs Davies down into their own territory on a handful of plays that resulted in penalties. And with 3 minutes left in that first quarter of football, Minot High gets back on the board. They take the lead back at 13-7 after Beckadal picks up the fumble recovery in the end zone for Minot High, and the Magi lead 13-7 after one. Into the second quarter we go, and it's all Fargo Davies in the second. The Eagles take a 14-13 lead at 9-11 on a 3-yard run from Feldner after he marches the football down the field. Guess what? He does it again 6 minutes later, this time making it 20-13. Feldner from 3 out for his second touchdown. And then with 1:55 left in the first half, it was Ray Brown that picked 6 to the end zone off of the pass, and the miscue from Sparrow. Brown puts it in the back of the maroon paint here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium, and the lead's at 26-13. What do you think the words in the room are right now from Chauncey Hendershot for the Magi?
Just again, make the adjustments and everybody stick with their assignments and do their own job and stay on their blocks. Just I don't necessarily think they have to sell the farm quite yet right now. It's just going to be let's go out there and try and execute what we've been trying to practice and the plays that we've been working on and all that stuff. And again, it's just going to get the ball rolling. Let's go out there, let's sustain a drive, let's get some points. We'll come back, we'll shut them down on defense, and then let's just keep building on that, get more, drive the ball down the field and score more points.
On the other side for Davies, when you look at Wayne Weremeyer and where he's at after that first half of football, Davies just seemed to have so much success marching the ball down the field. Is that their game plan? Do you think that's his words in the room right now for them, is just let's just take it down by down here and keep taking time off the clock with a 13-point lead?
Yeah, I think they're going to come out, they're going to get the football to start the half here, and I think their game plan is going to be just like they've been doing, not necessarily look for the 80-yard plays, but continue to wear the clock down, continue to just drive the ball down the field and what they've had success doing.
It's going to be fun nevertheless. Second half coming up in just a moment. Again, it's the Premier Chiropractic halftime report focused on improving the health of Minot and the surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. You can visit Dr. Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, or Dr. Becky Perry Domries. They can all be found at PremierChiropracticND.com. Experience the difference at Premier Chiropractic. Sun is officially down here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. The lights are on and bright. We're 2 minutes away from the start of our second half of football. We'll kick it off when we come back to the PSP Network Again, on the Premier Chiropractic Halftime Report, you'll see the Eagles on top of the Magi. The First International Bank and Trust scoreboard, 26-13 at the break. Third quarter comes up next.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
If you told me 10 years ago I'd be a dad, homeowner, and business partner, I wouldn't have believed it. There's lots of reasons I chose First Western.
Hey Lloyd, how are you today?
Locally owned, community invested, convenient, but most of all, whatever I need, wherever I am, I can count on them.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
The 30-inch Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. At Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
Time for our second half of football here on the PSP Network. Live from the Magic City of Minot, North Dakota here tonight. Minot High trailing at the half, 26-13. Nick Holberg alongside of Phil Shirk for the call on the PSP Network tonight. Phil, how do you gauge week number 2 in a non-conference matchup tonight? Obviously, the landscape is different here in 2021. How much stock do you put into a victory here tonight, Phil? Some has to be placed there. Doesn't there have to be some?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like
urgency?
This is, with the new, not being a complete expert on how they're running the computer ranking and all that stuff, but that's gonna, every win's gonna count towards that, towards the ranking at the end of the year in the playoffs, and so it matters. They all matter, especially with the 11 AA teams, and I think I don't think they're looking past these teams at all by any means. It's going to be interesting this year with the new alignment.
Playoffs are the ultimate goal. A state title is first and foremost, I would think, with every program every year. But here in 2021, no different with Minot High trying to get back to the promised land. Can they do it here in 2021? They've got some work to do if they want that to happen for sure. And it starts right now as March hammers that one all the way down inside the 5-yard line. And off to the races we go to start our second half of football. The carry back. Ball was taken there by Oliver Luke. He's up over the 20-yard line. And Davies will go to work for the first time in our second half of football with a 26-13 lead. Season short, that's the other thing about high school football. The short 11-game schedule or whatever it may be when it's all said and done this year here in 2021. Or like last year, you never know what's going to happen. You lose a couple games due to something as goofy as COVID-19, and the next thing you know, you're on the outside looking in because of missed opportunities. I mean, points are on a premium, wins are on a premium each and every year. Feldner out across the middle, that one knocked down, and it brings up a second down and 10.
Feldner's pass knocked down by George.
Sky is completely black now here in the Magic City. Lights are on, those evergreen trees continue to get larger and larger each and every year here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. Davies' program continues to grow each and every year as well in all sports. This was a matchup last year, the state semifinals for high school basketball, by the way. Minot High came from behind and took down Bart Manson's team in the state semis of North Dakota high school basketball in the basketball tournament at the Event Center in Bismarck. 3rd down and 9 now as Bubak had the stop on the attempt from the Davies fullback. With 11:29 left here in this third quarter of play, the Eagles go to work. Fun run for the Magi in the basketball court last year. Fun run for Davies as well over the EDC. Man, they were good. Cheyenne was good. West Fargo was good. Feldner bobs this one down the field. Ray Brown there again. And Brown's got it up over the Minot High 40-yard line. On the Minot High sidelines, they're saying, is that a reception or not? It is, and Ray Brown deserves credit tonight. This kid's going to be in our conversation for the player of the game tonight without a doubt.
Yeah, he's Tyler Badeau out there on the cornerback at the cornerback position is pretty athletic himself, and Ray Brown was able to get a step on him, and you got to give Feldner credit too. He pretty good ball out there and put it in a position where his receiver can make a play.
5-yard penalty. First down.
And a flag on the play. 5-yard penalty on Minot High.
34-yard line.
That's going to bring the football all the way up to the 34-yard line. And Davies goes to work again, trying to add to a 26-13 lead here in Minot on the road after a long travel day to get to the Magic City. Feldner spins that one out over to the far side into the hands of Luke, the 6'1", 195-pound junior. Luke is going to be tackled for a loss. Second down and 11.
Brings up second down and 11.
Talked to the coaching staff from Davies earlier on today. They came over on Interstate 94. They went to Bismarck and had lunch in Bismarck and then up to the Magic City. Nothing like that drive from Fargo up to Minot. I made the joke, though, that I would rather drive down to Bismarck, over to Fargo, and then up to Grand Forks than just taking Highway 2 straight across and going Minot to Grand Forks. Isn't that just a hellacious drive? I don't know how else to say that. That one just seems like it takes forever.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Tackled by Beckedahl and
yeah, there's nothing too remarkable on the road, and you just hope you don't hit any deer and you get there safe.
Yeah, that is North Dakota driving for you right there. 3rd down and 10. Ball back to the original spot here on this new set of downs. Davies with possession. 2 wideouts on each side, one in the backfield. Feldner from the shotgun. Motion man is looped. It's going to be handed off right up the middle again. Breaking free out to the outside. Feldner's got it back into the end zone. His 3rd touchdown of the ball game. Davies is on top. There's a flag on the play. And will the Eagles have this one called back?
There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, it looks like they got help sealing that edge with a little bit of a hold.
Could be a tide turner here, as there is a flag on the play. They're marking it from the spot of the foul.
Block in the back. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Third down.
Block in the back, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Is that correct, Phil?
Correct. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, yes.
So they're going to line them up at the 37-yard line after Felder got into the end zone. Trips onto the left side, one on the right side. Ball's going to be taken here by Felder again. Fires it to the near sideline. Minot had the coverage, and that pass incomplete. The attempt was there for Andrew Lacroix, the 5'11" senior wide receiver, and it was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, very good job by Minot out there. He was able to get back into his coverage and find the ball and almost make a good play on the football right there.
He had a tough challenge at hand last week. The big gun from West Fargo that's getting recruited left and right all over the place. I'm drawing a blank. Do you remember?
Hey, Carson Hagerly.
Carson Hagerly. How could I forget that name? What he did in the state championship basketball game last year as well. I mean, that kid's a big boy. That one goes off of Minot, right off of the shin pad or off of the shin, off of the knee pad. He falls on it. Minot High's got the ball at the 20-yard line. Magi offense comes back out onto the field here with 9:13 left. In our third quarter, Minot High trailing by 13. Big thanks again to our good friends at Minot's Finest Collision Center. They'll bring you the star of the game tonight. 701-839-0989. We are Minot's Finest. Minot's Finest Collision Center, proud to continue their support of North Dakota High School athletics. Handoff in the backfield. It's going to be run up over the 22-yard line. And on the carry for the Magi, I believe, was 7.
Blaze Ferry again.
Blaze Ferry again.
Second down.
I like that name. It's a unique one. Blaze Ferry.
I had Blaze in 7th and 8th grade science out at Memorial.
Oh, really?
Yep. They say Blaze has turned into quite the good kid, a hard worker, really put the time in the weight room, and it's one of those kids where he leaves your classroom and you hope he does well, and he was able to kind of find his path and make some good decisions and really turn into a good young man.
That's a great storyline. We're going to have a third down and 4 coming up. Kind of fun in your position, coaching Minot High baseball, being somebody that has his name on the wall at Minot High. There's almost a billboard for you at one point in your lifetime coming into the Magic City with your athletic prowess. And now having the opportunity to have an impact on kids like that and watch them grow up. It's kind of fun being here on Friday nights, isn't it, Phil?
It is, yeah. It's fun to watch the kids. And just like Blaze is a pretty prime example. Never a bad kid by any means. Would always keep you on your toes maybe a little bit. But watching those kids and the lessons they learn from sports that they sometimes aren't able to pick up in the classroom, because not everybody's favorite thing to do is sit and listen to a boring teacher like me, but just the lessons that they learn out here, whether it's a baseball field or football field, and it's pretty enjoyable, and definitely one of the reasons I got into what I do.
Thanks for doing what you do, by the way. 4th down and a long 4 for the Magi. They're going to be forced to punt it away. The bad news is Ray Brown waiting for it like a hawk over a field down at the 35. And again, Brown doesn't go after it. This ball is going to come all the way down inside the 5, down to the 4 again. There's 4 Magicians on top of it. Speaking of hawks, they're right there on top of that ball. Any thoughts on why Brown's not going after the football in those situations?
I'm not sure. That's maybe we're not privy to all the things that Fargo Davies is talking about or what. But I mean, a low line drive kick like that, typically that's the one you want your guys to field, because the punt coverages haven't made it downfield to get to the return man and are able to stop them right away. So there might be some instruction coming that they see something that we don't, or I don't from up here, but I'm not real sure. It's turning out pretty well for the Magi, though.
Yeah, talk about the boot on Sparrow. That's been good. I don't think that could be much better here in this ball game here tonight, too, that he's parked inside the 5-yard line. First down and 10 from Davies, tucked back deep in their own territory. Out to the far hash it goes, over to the sideline. Not much room there, and it's going to bring up a second down and 9, as there was not a whole lot of gain on that play, maybe a yard. As Morgan Nygaard gets his name called, he's got the stop on the play.
Well, that's a situation where all the guys were doing, completing their responsibilities on the play. Nobody made a great play, but you will definitely take 2nd and 8.
Felder's got it again. He's got the running room. He's up the middle. He's over the 15-yard line, and Felder's got another first down. He's had himself a ball game here tonight to the Magic City.
He does look, he's maybe one of those guys where there's nothing about him that really jumps out at you, but all of a sudden you look up and I'm sure he's probably coming in on 100 yards rushing and had some real good passes. Like, just a pretty solid athlete out there.
Gotta be. He's got 3 touchdowns on the night. Good friend Dallas Vardy's here tonight. He's yelling at you, Phil. He wants an autograph. Did you see him down there?
Yeah.
Got to get the unruly fans out of here. That's a joke completely. He's here with his family having a good time, just smiling up and away. That's all we need is that getting back to him, saying that when he was unruly at the Minot High game.
No, he's
only a joke.
Proud dad of one of the Minot High soccer athletes, the state champions.
Handoff again up the middle. There will be a gain on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and roughly 2 to go here for Davies. After Felder had the carry again. Yeah, I like your point there, Phil. I think you're right with Felder. He's not a flashy kid in the pocket by any means, but he's just done so many little things right here tonight on the offensive side of the football, quarterbacking this Davies offense. The reason why they're up 26-13 are some of those points at least. Ray Brown, the other, for what he's done on the defensive side and offensive side as well. Nice defensive stop there from the Magi, and that will be number 13, Michael George. It's going to get credit there.
Yeah, Michael George and Jonas Bubach, again, they're just doing their job right there. They're fulfilling their responsibility. They stretched it out a little bit, and their teammates came, and now the Davies are going to be forced to punt.
Morgan Nygaard back to retrieve for the Magi. He waits at the 44-yard line. Bounces just inside the 50. Nygaard's got it at the 50-yard line. He's going to be plastered there. The stop comes up from the Davies special teams and the bullets that were there. I believe that was Caden Braunflat maybe with the stop.
Number 16 out there for the Eagles making that.
That was Nyquist rather.
That stop. But
the Eagles 48-yard line.
Minot High goes to work here from the 50-yard line, inside the 50-yard line, I should say. The ball marked at the 48. Talked to you about that earlier on here, Phil. 4:46 left now in the 3rd quarter. When does it become must-score territory for the Magi? They've got some time into the 4th with a 2-possession game here. Or what's your mentality on that?
Well, I think your mentality is you're always going to let's go get it done. They've changed. They've changed field position with them now. They've got good field position, and now they just need to get the ball. That one looks like it skipped off his face mask.
Off a catch from Sparrow, and it brings up a 2nd down and 10.
Brings up 2nd down.
See if we can get a final from you from the Century Williston matchup. 56-0 at the half. The Patriots were on top. Handoff up the middle again, and on the carry it was Ferry. He's going to be tripped up on the play, and a 3rd down and a long 9 here for the Magi, trying to get something moving. 3rd down and 9 for the Magi. Wideouts on each side. One in the backfield. Sparrow from center. He's going to roll out with it. Fires it out ahead, and diving ahead forward was Tyler Johnson. Tripped up a little bit on the play, got into the turf, and it brings up a 4th down. And Minot High is going to be forced to punt the football away here with 3:48 remaining in our 3rd quarter. Trailing Davies 26-13 on our First International Bank and Trust scoreboard.
Brings up 4th down.
It's been fun to watch Davies and what they've been able to do since that school came into existence. Their athletic programs, right out of the gate, they just came out swinging. There was no real hold up for them once their program started. Sparrow going for it, fired it ahead forward, almost intercepted again with the hands on it there. The defensive coverage was Keaton Schwab for the Davies Eagles.
Eagles take over.
Final score tonight from Mandan. At St. Mary's, game was actually at Schmeeker Stadium. St. Mary's gets a 2017 win over Mandan tonight. In the A versus AA matchup, St. Mary's has the advantage. Update from Century and Williston. 63-0 in favor of the Patriots. Here in the Magic City, 26-13. 1st down and 10, Eagles at their own 45-yard line. Ball's carried over to the far sideline, up to the 50, a gain of just about 5 on the play.
Stegmiller with the carry.
Carried ahead forward there from Nathan Stegmiller. Imke at the stop.
Interesting, you're seeing quite a bit of the old option play from Fargo Davies. You don't see that too much anymore.
A lot of option, a lot of different looks here from their offense tonight. A fun team to watch. You get the team like this dialed in and moving in a good direction, and the next thing you know, stands start to fill up pretty easily. That ball thrown across the middle out towards the 35-yard line into the hands of Luke Lorenz and then out. And it brings up a 3rd down and 7 to go here for Fargo Davies with 3:04 remaining here in our 3rd quarter. Don't forget, if you're shopping for tires, shop Tires Plus. All brands under one roof with the guaranteed lowest prices and their service after the sale with the Tires Plus plan. You can't go wrong with Tires Plus. Visit them online, TiresPlusND.com. Well, the Minot High fans start to come to volume. They haven't been absent tonight, but they haven't been as loud as they were when Minot High had a 13-7 lead. Handoff up the middle over to the right side. It's going to be taken all the way up over the 40-yard line. That's good enough for a 1st down. And again, Luke Lorenz had that one. And Lorenz dancing his way to another Davies 1st down. And the ball is over midfield. And Davies continues to push the chains.
Yeah, that same option, they say it's kind of was a dying breed for a while there, whatever you want to call it, but it really forces the defenders to fulfill their responsibilities, to be disciplined, and if they're there to make a play, they just have to make it, else you get plays like that, longer plays.
They go to the hot hand. It's Luke Lorenz again. He's going to pick up 3 on the play. 2nd down at 7.
And Ward
Davies in a pretty good flow here in this 3rd quarter of football. Game reset looks like this. It's delivered by the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot for all your packing and shipping needs. Minot got on the board first on the opening kickoff tonight. Kinchin from 95 yards out took it to the house. Hayes then put one in from 3 yards out for Davies to tie it at 7-7. Then Minot High's defense scores a touchdown and a fumble in the end zone from Beckendall. Minot led 13-7 at the end of the 1st quarter. Into the 2nd we went, and it was all Davies. 14-13, they take the lead on a 3-yard run from Feldner. He does the same thing 6 minutes later to put the lead to 20-13. And then Ray Brown has the pick 6 off the hands of Sparrow. The Minot High quarterback takes it to the house. And at that point, Davies puts 26 on the board. They lead on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard, 26-13. 3 wideouts on the left side, 1 on the right. Player in the backfield. Lorenz is the motion man. It's going to be handed off from back in behind. Another first down here for the Eagles as they run that one right downhill through the gap. And the first down is there. Apologize, waiting to see if I could get a number for you on that carry. I do apologize.
A few magi in there.
Ball's going to be thrown out to the near side.
Oh.
Catching it there, Andrew
Yeah.
Lacroix. Dances back across.
Get a block in the back right there.
There was a flag on the play.
I like those screen plays like that, especially, you know, when they just want to get the ball out to their athletes and let them run. Sometimes those big linemen get pretty excited about getting a run downfield and hit a guy that's a little bit smaller than them, and sometimes they kind of, you know, if the block isn't there, you just can't follow through with it. But that helps the Magi that one.
Big penalty there. It's going to be a first down and 10 all the way back to the 40-yard line. They've got to get all the way up to the 20.
Illegal block in the back. Penalty on the
First
Eagles.
down and 20.
First and 20.
By the way, it was Elijah Hayes on the play that happened just a few moments ago that I couldn't get a number on. It's 27. He's had an all right game here today. He scored of the contest, first one of the day for Davies. Hayes, the 5'10", 215-pound running back. That's a well-built kid.
Yeah. Anytime you see those high school kids creeping over 200 pounds, like that's usually they're pretty stuck together.
Motion man is Lorenz here for Davies on the second down. And the long 20 to go. Lorenz all the way back up to the initial line of scrimmage. He's going to be hauled down to the far sideline. On the stop there was Thompson for the Magi. And it's all the way down to a third down now. And call it 14 to go.
Thompson with the tackle.
Down to 42 seconds left here in the third quarter. Sands through the hourglass. These are the days of our lives, and the time is running out here for the Magi. Davies just trying to continue to do what they've done so well this entire ball game, and that's just run the football, throw the football, and pick up first downs on each possession they've had pretty much all night tonight. Lorenz across the middle connected on from Felder. And at the 25-yard line, Davies just about ready to enter the red zone. Fourth down and 5 to go. Trying to play a little AC/DC here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium, it sounds like.
Yep, looks like they will let that clock run out. One thing there with the Magi that you're looking to do, like you're never like trying to hurt anybody or do anything like that, but there's been a lot of plays right over the middle of the football field there that I think if the Magi somebody can just step up and put a shoulder into somebody, like just send a message that you're going to get hit hard if you come over the middle and have to reach for the football. It's going to put some doubt into those guys, into the Fargo Davies receivers' heads, and hopefully not make them as aggressive to reaching out and getting that ball.
Well, the momentum turn that you get from that as well, Phil.
Yeah,
and the amount of energy that puts everybody in a different position. This place has been pretty quiet here tonight ever since the first quarter.
Yeah, this third quarter. Well, and it's both defenses have played pretty well this third quarter, and sometimes you get that does quiet the crowd down a little bit. But yeah, you get a big hit like that, and everybody seems to wake up and get excited. So hopefully the Magi will find somebody that's willing to step up and lay a lick and put a shoulder into somebody and help them up after they're after they get a little winded on the ground, but we'll see what happens.
After the old LL Cool J mama said knock you out.
Wow. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't go that far, but maybe some snot bubbles.
4th down. And 5 here for Davies at the Minot High 25-yard line. Lorenz the motion man. Felder on the keeper. Felder's going to make a move. He's all the way up. There's the hit you're talking about, Phil, and a big one coming there. And finally some muscle laid down from Michael George of the Magi.
Yep, there you go. Good 4th down play right there. Way to hold them and get the turnover on downs.
At what point do we start getting into that sands of the hourglass stuff I was talking about where it's must-score territory?
Well, I don't think you're getting too worried about it until you get to about that 6 or 7 minute mark right here. But the one thing you want to do here is now we're deep in the magician territory where we want to at least turn the field position over and put, if we're not going to score, put them back in their own end.
Trips over on the right. Sparrow was forced to get rid of it in a quick hurry. The excellent coverage there from the Davies defense. Coming in a quick hurry there again. In on the coverage, Elijah Hayes.
And that's something I think Jaden will maybe get better at. Like those screen plays there, a lot of the times you're going to end up with somebody in your face and probably on your back. If he just is maybe a bit more patient with that and gets the ball where his receiver can handle it and hopefully make a big play.
Trips on the right again. Sparrow's got it. He's going to roll out of the pocket at the 15 up to the 20. Stutter steps there. He's up over the 25. And Sparrow on the keeper didn't have any option other than to run it ahead forward. Gains a few on the play, but it's still going to be a 3rd down and a long. 7 to go as the Magi trail 26-13 on our First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. And time keeps on ticking away. 11:23 remaining here in the ballgame. Nick Holberg along with Phil Shurik on the call. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for joining us for St. Mary's and Mandan. If you were with Chuck Claremont and Scott Woodmansey earlier on down in Bismarck for that matchup, a single versus double A matchup. Ball's going to be taken here at the 30-yard line. Out over the middle it comes. And over to the near sideline. It's going to bring up a 4th down and short. Here for Minot High with 10:58 remaining.
First pass complete to Johnson. Brings up 4th down and 1.
Oh.
Multiple flags on the play.
Not sure if the Magi got set. We'll see
On the rush.
see what they say.
Flag on the play.
Wait for the official call coming from Mike Anderson in just a moment. He continues to talk with Perry Olson. Long conversation here with a lot of yellow linen on the football turf. Here's Mike Anderson on the call.
Illegal shift. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay 4th down.
Ouch.
Well, that doesn't help the Magi. A 5-yard penalty on the illegal shift puts the Magi back 5 more of the 4th down and a long. 7 to go again. Sparrow's going to have to boot this one away, and Ray Brown waits for it again at the 27-yard line. Sparrow puts the foot on it. Up to the 50. It's going to bounce again. Another favorable bounce here over the 40. All the way down to about the 35. Davies is going to go back on offense when we come back. They've got the lead on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. It's 26-13. Team from the East region leads the hometown team from the West tonight. Grand finale of this one still to come here on the PSP Network.
Galactic pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. At Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
Davies back on offense with the football. Felder again with that option delivered back. And a gain of about 5 on the play again for Davies as Lorenz was out over the middle with that one over to the left side. What makes the option so tough to stop for Minot High here tonight? It seems to really be working well for Fargo Davies.
Well, I think Davies athletes match up pretty well. When you're looking at comparing them with Minot's maybe a little bit, and it's a tough thing to defend because you can't try and make the outstanding play. You just have to do your responsibility. Sometimes it's not always that easy when you're out there trying to be aggressive.
Big run over the left hash all the way up over the Minot High 40-yard line. And a first down again here for Davies after an excellent run was put ahead forward. I believe that was Andrew Lacroix that had the carry there for Fargo Davies. Motion man is Lorenz. Handed off right up the middle. Breaking free all the way up to the 25-yard line. Again, another first down. And the Eagles have the chains moving again.
On the carry, tackled by
as a head forward with the football. That was Jamison Wanzik.
You know, I think one thing we haven't talked about tonight, and what probably should be more, is, you know, last weekend against a pretty good West Fargo team, our defensive line and the middle backers looked pretty darn good. Right now, I think you really have to give credit to those linemen from Fargo Davies as well. They're really, they're getting a good push out there and doing what their jobs are.
Ball's going to be taken here and fired out from Felder. Incomplete pass will be ruled. It's going to be a second down and 10 here for Davies.
Felder's pass intended for Luck falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
Second down here for Davies, marching into Minot High territory. Motion man is Lorenz again. It's going to be held on to here by Felder. Big defensive stop. Turnbow comes up with the stop. As Felder had nowhere to go, the option was no longer there. And Turnbow's got a stop that brings the Minot High fans to volume as we continue to sink down under 9 minutes remaining here in our fourth quarter. Minot High trailing on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. It is 26-13. Fargo Davies is in the driver's seat ever since our second quarter began. Third down and a long 13 here for Davies. The snap was no good. Turnbull right there again, and the sack is made as Felder was absolutely hammered into the ground. He's a little bit slow to get up as Caden Turnbull came in, and Turnbull, the big stop there on defense, brings up a fourth down. And Minot High's big man on the defensive side of the football with back-to-back stops.
It's kind of what Minot High needed right there. Just two real good plays back-to-back. Hopefully get his teammates a little pumped up, and we can ride that momentum.
Oh.
Mike Anderson's got the flag on the play again. We'll have the call coming here in just a moment. Anderson taking the call. Here it is, coming.
Dead ball. Offsides. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Well, the penalty was on the Magician defense. 4th down. Lorenz is going to boot this one away. Kitchen calls for the fair catch, and then the ball just rolls out of bounds over at the Minot High 6-yard line. Magi are going to go back to work, trailing by 13. We're late to the ball game on the 4th quarter on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. It's 26-13. Loyal and True, the school song, plays for the Magi. Will it help them with the energy they need to see if they can put another one on the board here? It's North Dakota High School football here on the PSP Network.
Galactic pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. At Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
Well, as we come back, the opportunity was there.
As
Sparrow was intended for Kinchin. Got over the hands of Kinchin, and it brings up a 2nd down and 10. Minot High hemmed way back in their own territory. 20 seconds on the play clock, down to 7:43 on the game clock. If you're just joining us here tonight on the PSP Network, Minot High scored first 95-yard kickoff return to start the ball game from Ty Kinchin. It was Davies that had the next points of the ball game. 3-yard run from Hayes. Minot High's defense that came up with a stop in the end zone. A fumble happened and occurred. It was Beckendall that picked up the football. Minot High scored. They led 13-7 at the end of the 1st quarter. Then it was the Felder show that rolled into town. Back-to-back touchdowns for Felder. One at the 9:11 mark, one at the 3:15 mark. Both were runs from about 3 yards out. And then Ray Brown had a pick 6. And those are the scores to report here tonight from Dwayne Carlson Stadium. Kinchin caught it. He was out of bounds. And that will bring up a 4th down and a long 5 from deep in Minot High territory as the clock continues to wind down at 7 minutes and a second left here in the 4th quarter. Minot High is going to have to punt it away. Ray Brown waits at the 50-yard line. Never too early, never too late to tweet at us on who you think our player of the game should be tonight at Network PSP. Let us know who you think tonight's player of the game is in this ball game tonight. Felder's got to be in that conversation. Ray Brown's got to be in that conversation for Davies here tonight. Anybody from Minot High stand out to you in this ball game so far tonight?
Well, I think you give, I think you can at least put Kinchin's name out there for that great kickoff return that he had. And Turnbull, if he can turn it on here a little bit, like he's shown some life the last series, and hopefully he can fire his defensive teammates up and get another stop here.
Finally have the band going again. We haven't heard them in a while here tonight either. It's been quiet here since the 1st quarter of football. Ever since Minot High lost the lead in this ball game at 14-13. Timeout, Fargo Davies. We're going to do the same thing. Minot High trailing by 13. It's 26-13 on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. It's North Dakota High School football here on the PSP Network.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Well, here we go. 6:50 left in the ball game. Minot High trailing by 13 at 26-13. Here on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard, Nick Holberg and Phil Shurik on the call. Beautiful night for high school football in North Dakota here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium in Minot. It's Davies with possession of the football and a first down and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Feldner handed it off and nowhere to go there. The stop was made from Bubak, and a loss of a yard on the play brings up a second down and 11. You look at 11 AA football in North Dakota. Century, Bismarck Legacy, Mandan, Minot, and Williston are the teams on the west side. East side of the state, Davies, Shanley, West Fargo, and West Fargo, Cheyenne. Hard to get over that. Hard to wrap your mind around it that the west and the east of the big dogs in North Dakota high school football are no longer the 3A that they used to be. Nice run all the way up, catching the edge, getting up over the 50-yard line. A first down is obtained, and then some more as the Eagles are going to march it ahead forward on an excellent play there. And again, that time on the carry, it was Oliver Lucht, who's been good here again. 6'1", 195-pound running back, the junior, as Davies over in Minot High territory. Ball marked right at the 45-yard line. 6 minutes and 5 seconds left here in regulation. The Magi looking for a big defensive stop. The Eagles looking to continue to dump some gasoline on their fire that has been brewing since the end of the first quarter of football here tonight. There's a flag on the play.
Dead ball. Ball start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first.
You know, you take away those flags that Davies has had here tonight, they've played a pretty well-rounded ball game. That has certainly been their number one topic of concern here tonight in Minot.
Yeah, they'll work on that for sure. Some of it's probably just being prepared and knowing like what they're.
Fumble, football's on the ground after the handoff. It's going to come into the possession of the Magi, and there's a big turn for the Magicians after that ball got on the ground. Pankow's going to come up with it, and Minot High is going to get the ball back right at midfield. Here was 6 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. That could be absolutely huge with a capital F.
Yeah, we keep referring to, when do we kind of need, when does Minot need to get in the end zone? Well, if they can get in the end zone here, it's going to make it a lot easier than if they're not able to. Then that makes the football game, a comeback anyway, pretty tough.
Two on the right side, one on the left. Sparrow across the middle, connects there. And Minot High is going to move the chains here as that ball was fired out across.
Logan Conklin, the sophomore.
Conklin with the reception. Thank you, Phil, on that one. Minot High first down. Ball down marked at the 40-yard line. Well, this would be a fun comeback here for Minot High if they can make it work. Sparrow again out to Conklin. Conklin up over the 35-yard line. There are flags on the play. Mike Anderson will have the call for us on that in just a moment.
Tackled by Schwab. There's a flag in the play.
Yeah, I think the Minot lineman that got out there, I didn't see the number, but I think there were two tackles on that play. One by the Davies defense and then one by the Minot lineman that got out there and was trying to block.
Here's Mike Anderson.
2 penalties on the play. Holding. Plays decline. Take the block in the back. Offense, 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
Well, good eyes, Phil. You're all over that one. Big penalty there on Minot High. There was 2 calls on the play. It's going to move Minot High all the way back to the 50-yard line. And it's a first down and a long 20 for the Magi. Sparrow fires it out. That one's going to be completed into the hands of Tyler Johnson. And Johnson picks up a handful on the play all the way up to the 44-yard line. And it's second down and 14. Sparrow again with the football. Throws it across to Johnson again. Gobbled it up right at the 40-yard line. Make it the 35-yard line. And Minot High all of a sudden has some pep in their step here in the hurry-up offense. Towards the end of the ball game, we're under 5 minutes to play in the contest. And Minot High trails by 13 at 26-13 on our First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Ball's going to be handled here by Bedeau. He's going to be tripped up in the back. He's down on the ground and slow to get up here. That's not Bedeau, that's 4 instead. That's Sparrow, my apologies.
Sparrow on the carry. There are flags in the play.
It'll be interesting to see if it's just the face mask or if they add a late hit onto it as well.
So foul. Face mask on the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
And that's another Magi.
I like that hurry-up offense. So sometimes when you start playing with that, your guys kind of feel the sense of urgency, but they don't worry about it as much. They just know that they need to get out there and get to where they're supposed to be and get the job done.
1 on the left, 2 make it 3 over on the right. Handled by Sparrow. He's up over the 15. Got to the 14-yard line. He's hauled down there. And the second down and another 5 to go has Minot High into the red zone. And this red zone appearance delivered by our friends at the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot for all your packing and shipping needs. It's the UPS store in the Magic City. Ball's going to be handed off all the way out to the outside line. It comes here to number 14. That's Ruziska. Tyson Ruziska, of course. Older brother Hunter Ruziska on the sidelines with the set of crutches here tonight. Hate to bring it up, but it really is a topic and a storyline. I mean, how much different is tonight with a player like Hunter Ruziska in the backfield for the Magi? Said the same thing last week against West Fargo, where Minot High lost by a pair of scores at 24-7. I mean, that whole game completely changes when you've got an all WDA type selection in the backfield, all state selection back there for you.
Yeah, and even, not to take anything away from little brother, but like that last jet sweep there, like it's a little bit different if Hunter's out there getting around the edge, and Tyson will grow into that role. I think he's a pretty good athlete himself, but it is a little bit different dynamic, and with an athlete of that caliber out there.
2 wideouts on the right, 1 on the left. Ball back to Sparrow. He's got it. He's going to have to rush it. Ahead forward, up over the 10-yard line, all the way down to the 6. Does he have the first down? He does. And Minot High's got a 1st and goal as we approach the 3:50 mark of the 4th quarter. Hang on tight. This one's not over yet here tonight, Phil. Sparrow's got it again. Looks for his outlet. He's just going to have to run it away over into the corner of the end zone. Put up. Brown was there on the coverage. There is a flag on the play. Kinchin again, I believe the intended receiver down to the corner of the end zone. That was actually Ruziska, the corner of the end zone. There is a flag. Where will it belong? This will be a pivotal call on the field here with 3:40 left in the contest.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
First down and goal still down for the Magi, but they're, instead of inside the 10, they're up at the 13-yard line.
That's a tough one. You don't know. Sometimes the quarterback will yell fire or something if he feels like his protection's broken down, so the guys will move up a level and start blocking, and then he saw a wide receiver there open.
Little screen play up the middle. The ball will be delivered up over the 10-yard line. On the reception for the Magi was Ferry, and Ferry brings it up down to the 9-yard line, and it's a 2nd down and goal for the Magi. It is 26-13 on our First International Bank and Trust scoreboard.
2nd down and goal.
Davies is on top. We're under 3 minutes to play in regulation here tonight from the Magic City. Sparrow's got it again, looks for the outlet, throws it across the middle, right through the hands and the fingertips, incomplete on the pass. And then welcome to the jungle, says the defensive coverage there coming from Jackson Graff.
Really like that play call, though. One thing we have seen quite a bit of is they'll walk that middle backer up. And typically, like, what you want to try and do, if you notice that pattern, is get your guy to wherever they're vacating from. And that time, it finally exploited that hole. The guy just couldn't quite hold on to it.
Sparrow's got it, trying to break free over to the pylon, unable to get ahead forward, but he's down at the 2-yard line, and we'll have a 4th down and goal coming here for the Magi and Chauncey Hendershot in his second season as the head coach of the Magicians wants to talk things over. We'll take a break as well. It's a must-score time of the ball game now for the Magi with 2:38 remaining in regulation. They trail by 13. Some fireworks maybe to come from Dwayne Carlson Stadium. North Dakota High School football here on the PSP Network.
Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. And Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
Thank you again for joining us tonight on the PSP Network. Nick Holberg and Phil Shurik on the call here tonight. We had Chuck Claremont and Scott Woodmansey on down at Bismarck earlier on tonight. Those gentlemen do such a fantastic job, along with Todd Dobries as well. 3 gentlemen down at Bismarck with 25 years of experience on radio broadcasts in Western North Dakota. They're now on the PSP Network. Make sure to like and follow us on Facebook to stay up to date with all of the broadcasts that we'll do in Western North Dakota. Little screen pass across the middle. Minot High is going to be on the board again. And we've got ourselves a ball game. Sparrow throws that one across.
It's a quick slant there. Another good job of just taking what the defense is going to give you right there. Davies has been pretty aggressive up the middle, and they just found the hole. Oh, God.
Point after attempt coming here for March. That one's up through the uprights. Minot High's got a 20 spot on the board. Down by 1 possession in the ball game with 2:41 remaining. This one is going to be a dogfight after all tonight. 26-20. Minot High trails on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Minot High kicks off to Davies when we return.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Well, the Magi are back on the board, courtesy of a little screen pass from Sparrow to Drago, and Thomas Drago is on the board here for the Magi, and we've got ourselves a 26-20 ball game. Davies still on top, and Minot High has found a way down to score for the first time since 3 minutes remaining in our first quarter of football here tonight. Nobody scored in the third. Here we are in the fourth, and it's a 1-possession ball game. Any fancy stuff off the kickoff we can expect here, Phil, you think?
I don't know. If you know, I know Davies is probably prepped for something to go on. We'll see what Minot decides to do here.
Well, hang on tight. March is going to kick it off here for the Magi. Lined up as if we will see the onside kick. We will. It's just going to fall right into the hands of number 28. That's Maloney Maddox, and Maddox is going to gobble it up. Davies will have possession of the football right at the 51-yard line. And Davies goes to work, trying to take the air out of the football and take the time right off the clock with 2:39 remaining here in the contest. Minot High's at Bismarck next week. As the Magi take on the Demons, we'll have coverage of that one on the PSP Network for you next week as well. 3 wideouts to the right side, 1 to the left side. Lorenz, the motion man. Felder did not get the play off in time. Nope, it's actually going to be a timeout. That play clock all the way down to 0. They got the timeout in time, and the timeout on the field. This game reset brought to you by our friends at Magic City Inspections. They're the locally owned company that's committed to providing exceptional inspection services to ensure that you're ready to take the next step in your home ownership. You can find them online, MinotInspections.com. The Magi scored first tonight on the opening kickoff. Kinchin, 95 yards out, down to the house for the touchdown. Hayes for Davies tied it. Beckendall for Minot High on the defensive side, a fumble recovery in the end zone. Put the Magi up 13-7, and then 3 scores in a row for Davies to end our first half. Feldner had 2 of them from 3 yards out each. And then it was Brown on the pick 6 that took it to the house. And then Minot High just gets on the board with Drago from Sparrow at 2:41. And now we've got a 26-20 ball game. Davies has possession, however. First down and 10. Big defensive stop there again. As the stop is made, we've got timeout coming here for Minot High, I believe.
Walter and Beckendall. Brings up 2nd down and 9.
We do. Timeout for the Magi. Chauncey Hendershot to talk things over here with the Magicians. We'll thank our sponsors once again here tonight. Big thank you again to our friends at First International Bank and Trust, bringing you the scoreboard here tonight, 26-20. Thanks to the UPS store, Magic City Inspections, Tires Plus, and our friends at Clean Tech, where you can get COVID-19 deep cleaning services for your home or business. And you can also get 24/7 disaster response and restoration services. Visit them online, cleantechllc.us. Clean Tech, coming to the rescue since 1992. What do you think's being said with Chauncey Hendershot down to the huddle right now? The message for the Magi.
I think if you're probably telling those big guys just to be ready again, keep making plays. You know, the secondary people, you just make sure you're sticking with your assignments. Don't get too aggressive to come up. They might try something or run around the edge like that.
Felder does just that, Phil. He runs out over the edge, gets up over the 40-yard line, and the chains move again here for Davies on the first down as the Eagles and Felder are in Minot High territory and trying to push towards the red zone. 26-20, 2:17 left. Play clock down to 20 seconds. Time is running out for the Magi in a quick hurry.
Yeah, they need to get a stop right here if they want another shot.
You have to go back a ways to find the times that Minot High has gone 0-2 to start a high school football campaign. Last year was one of them. The Magicians ended up at a 2-5 record in their 2020 campaign last year. They didn't qualify for the playoffs. Hoping for a different outcome here in the start to the year against a pretty darn good West Fargo team, quote unquote, from our coach's corner earlier on tonight. Did a 24-7 loss there after losing your star player. Here tonight, 26-20 against a Davies team that, you know, when it all shakes out at the end of the year, I don't know if they're West Fargo caliber by any means after what Shanley did to them last week. Anything can happen. Sometimes we all have bad nights, of course. But it will be interesting to see where things shake out here with On a down, we're down to 1:06 left in the contest. And another first down. And it looks like Davies is going to move to 2-0 on the season. 1-1 on the season. Minot High is looking to fall to 0-2. As a new set of downs. And only a minute left to the contest has Minot High in a bad spot. Stick around for a Pros Down Production DJ Services postgame show tonight, by the way. Phil and I will break this one down. We'll have our player of the game tonight as well. Sorry for interrupting you there, Phil.
No, I was just going to make a comment about I wouldn't mind seeing Fargo Shanley play like this. The Davies team out here, like, you know, they gave the kickoff for a touchdown and then the fumble in the end zone. I guess maybe the score wasn't quite as close as it is on the scoreboard, but you got to give Minot High a lot of credit too. That last drive they had, they kind of played with some urgency. Yeah, the tailbacks, Blaze Ferry was picking up blocks and, you know, guys blitzing, and Jaden was kind of running for his life but turning it into positive yards. So pretty decent game, but for a team to shut out this Eagles team, they might be pretty impressive out there in that Shanley.
It will be interesting to see how it all shakes out. Only 4 from the East, all from Fargo. And one of them is going to pick up another win here in the Magic City. 7-4 all-time. Minot High will have the record advantage against the Davies Eagles, but the Eagles get back-to-back victories in that lifelong series. Victory formation on here for the Eagles. And that will do it. Play clock and game clock link up. Davies comes out of the football field. Minot High will do the same. We're going to shake hands tonight, old school. Love seeing that tonight, by the way, as well. Final score is 26-20 on our First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. We'll break this one down when we come back. We'll have our player of the game delivered by Minot's finest collision center as well. Phil and I will get Minot High geared up for Bismarck High coming up next Friday night. The road doesn't get any easier for the Magi, going through West Fargo, then Davies, and on to Bismarck High next Friday night at the Community Bowl in Bismarck. Hang on tight. Final tonight, 26-20. The East Region foe for Minot High ends up with a victory. We'll come back and tell you how the Davies Eagles took win number 1 of the bank tonight here at Dwight Carlson Stadium. It's North Dakota High School football here on the PSP Network.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
If you told me 10 years ago I'd be a dad, homeowner, and business partner, I wouldn't have believed it. There's lots of reasons I chose First Western.
Hey Lloyd, how are you today?
Locally owned, community invested, convenient, but most of all, whatever I need, wherever I am, I can count on them.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Final from Dwight Carlson Stadium tonight. The Magi fall by a score of 26-20 to the Davies Eagles here at Dwight Carlson Stadium. Nick Holberg alongside of Phil Shurik for the call tonight on the PSP Network. Phil, Overall takeaway tonight in this ball game, Minot High special teams, obviously their bright spot in the contest here tonight. Davies did some things really well on the offensive side of the ball. They were good on the defensive side as well here tonight. Overall, your big takeaway from this 26-20 East vs. West showdown here tonight?
Yeah, I think one of the positive things you can say about the Minot and the offense, that last drive, at least they showed some urgency there. I kind of like that hurry-up look for them a little bit. Like, they're not necessarily a straight hurry-up look, but they were going to getting up on the football and getting the plays in and getting it ready to roll. And to be able to take the ball and in a situation where they needed to score, they went down there and scored. So you look at that positive. Obviously, the special teams play too. That was not only the run back, but you get the punts that, for whatever reason, weren't fielded, and hopefully it's something Minot can do and can repeat again next week and get that, because that field position game kind of turns into a big deal at some point too. And there's a few positives that they can take, and you don't necessarily have to hang their head about.
Start the season 0-2, not where they want to be by any means. Mentally, from that point in the year, when you know that you have to win some games if you want to be a playoff team, what would your message be in that room, trying to combat that in itself with the mental game of being 0-2 to start your 2021 campaign?
Well, I think you just have to preach, just take every game as it comes. Don't necessarily worry about now we have to win every single game the rest of the year. Like, if you take every game as it comes, it's going to be a lot better for you, and hopefully the results will show, and you can build on it from there and go each week. But try not to put too much pressure on them, and feel like you're absolutely having to do something that is going to require too much. But it's just you just got to stay positive in there and remember why they play the game in the first place. They'll go out there and have fun, and it's a lot more fun to win, and but at the same time, you're still out there having fun with your buddies, and just keep that in the back of your mind right now, and just try and build and just get better at the little things. There's a few little things I'm sure they're going to work on throughout the week that'll have them hopefully in a situation where they can take it to Bismarck.
That's going to be a tougher task than it is said from here in the booth. The Demons are the real deal again. That who's kid back in the backfield for them? I mean, they've got some guys that can really wheel and deal down at Bismarck. What does it take to take down a Bismarck Demons team in West Region play this time of the year, with the Demons being in the top 5 rankings in North Dakota? I mean, you were a part of those games. Those are some big-time matchups. What does it take to take down the Demons next week in Bismarck?
Well, you got to, to start out the way, if they can start out the way they did this game with that kick return, that's going to be huge, obviously. In any game, if you can do that, that's great. But, it's just to kind of roll with the punches, but not be afraid to give a few punches back, too. Like, play a little physical. Like, don't be afraid to stick your lower your shoulder pads. Go through a defender, go through it, go up and lay a lick on an offensive guy, and just show them that you're going to be physical too. I think that'll help a little bit, but it's going to take a lot more than that. It'll take everybody executing their responsibility as well.
Time for our game reset tonight. It's brought to you by our friends at Tires Plus. All brands under one roof with the guaranteed lowest prices and their service after the sale with the Tires Plus plan. You can't go wrong with Tires Plus. Visit them online, TiresPlusND.com. This is how it went down tonight. Minot High got on the board first. The Magicians scored just 8 seconds in. It was a 95-yard kick return from Kinchin to start things off. The extra point was good from Peyton Barch, and the Magi led 7-0 on the highlight of the week. Without a doubt on the PSP network, it was Kinchin from 95 yards out, 8 seconds in, Minot High 7-0. Then it was Davies that came right back. It was Hayes that ran one in from 3 yards out to tie the game at 7-7. And then Minot High ended up somehow, some way backing Davies back into their own end zone. On the left side of the football field here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium, there was 3 gentlemen from Minot High's defensive core on top of a football that was fumbled. it was Beckendall that ended up with the ball. Minot High had a 13-7 lead at the end of our first quarter. Into the second quarter we went, and it was Feldner 3 yards out. The quarterback from Davies was good. He scored at 9:11 of the second quarter. He scored again at 3:15, and again a 3-yard run after he marched the Eagles down the field. The second one that he scored ended up with a 20-13 score advantage for Fargo Davies. And Minot High got the ball back. They went to work with 1:56 on the clock to end the first half. It was Sparrow that threw one up, and it was Raymond Brown that had the pick six. He took it into the end zone, and it was 26-13. Nobody scored in the third quarter. We get into the fourth quarter, and it was Sparrow that threw one to Drago with 2:41 left. It was 26-20 at that point, but not enough time left on the clock for the Magi. And too much skill on the offensive side of the ball for Davies. Ends the score here tonight at 26-20. That recap again brought to you by our friends at Tires Plus. Also want to tell you about our friends at the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. They're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 7, and Saturdays, 8:30 to 3. UPS store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. Magic City Inspections brings you a look ahead. As we look ahead now, Magic City Inspections, the locally owned company committed to providing exceptional inspection services to ensure you're ready to take the next step in your home ownership. Find them online, ModernInspections.com. Busy week next week on the broadcast schedule again. Head to the PSP.network. You can find our schedule there. More football on the PSP network next week. Minot High's at Bismarck. We'll have coverage of that one for you next week. We'll also have more high school volleyball on the PSP network next week because the gentlemen down at Bismarck will have a matchup on the PSP network with Minot at St. Mary's on Tuesday at 7 p.m. And we will have another matchup of Century at Minot on Thursday. And then high school football again next week when Minot travels to Bismarck to take on the Bismarck High Demons. And more football down in Bismarck again coming up with that same broadcast next Friday night. Stay up to date with that schedule online. Again, at PSP.network. Make sure to like and follow us on all social media platforms to stay up to date with all the action across Western North Dakota. One more break. We'll come back. We'll have our player of the game here tonight, brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. Phil will give you some time to think about this. A couple kids in the conversation tonight. One of them, probably from Davies, will end up with this award, in my mind, here after the 48-minute war at Dwayne Carlson Stadium that the Eagles take to the bank with a 26-20 victory. We'll come back and put a cap on it here tonight. North Dakota High School football from the Magic City is final. Davies takes a win over Minot to improve to 1-1. The Magi drop to 0-2. We'll name our player of the game next.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Beautiful night for North Dakota High School football. The lights are on. Sun set a couple hours ago. It's kind of chilly in here tonight, Phil. Feels good that we're at that time of the year, though, doesn't it? You've had plenty of layers on, though. You were fine throughout the night, weren't you?
Yes, I am good. I am done with the 100-degree weather. That's fine with me.
You and I both. I'm also done being 100 pounds overweight. That probably wasn't helping anything across that stretch. 26-20 tonight. Davies gets the win over the Magi from Minot High. Time to announce our player of the game, brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. 701-839-0989. We are Minot's Finest. A handful of guys in this conversation tonight. We talked about Kinchin with a 95-yard run here tonight, but his night kind of stopped after that on the highlights. Certainly one that's going to go down in history for him as one of the greats that he'll have on file for the rest of time, with the broadcast here on the PSP Network and Beck Sports being here tonight as well. Plenty of good video on that one. I think it's got to be on the other side tonight. To me, it's between Ray Brown for Davies and the quarterback Feldner tonight, who, in my mind, really dominated and had quite the performance. Dylan Feldner would be my selection. Any argument there with Ray Brown as an honorable mention and Kinchin as well?
No, I think you're pretty well spot on there. That Feldner made a lot of good reads, not only throwing the ball, but just pulling the ball out and keeping the ball himself or getting the ball out on the option, and kind of was the field general tonight and took care of the football well for him. And in the end, it was 6 points better than what Minot could do.
Sure appreciate you for joining us here tonight, Phil, and we will see you down the road again. More high school football and more commentary. We've got the Bismarck crew down in Bismarck next week for the Magi in the Minot game. You Minot fans will love those guys. I promise you. Woodmansey, Claremont, and Domrey's. They do a fantastic job down in Bismarck. That's going to do it for our broadcast here tonight, however, as Minot High falls to a record of 0-2 to start their 2021 campaign. Davies improves to 1-1 after getting shellacked week number 1 by Shanley, 34-0. Minot Highs have Bismarck next week to continue their season and open up conference play inside of the WDA. Big thanks to all those sponsors that make these games possible. Again, without them, frankly, we wouldn't be here. Big thank you to the fans that join us here tonight. Big thanks to the kids for doing what they do as well. Final tonight on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. The Davies Eagles 26, the Magi from Minot High 20. It's a final. Turn the lights up. We're heading home. We're back at it again next week on the PSP Network. Until then, for Phil Shurik, I'm Nick Holberg. Have a good night, and God bless.
Come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta